Warning. Broken simulation. Broken simulation. With Sam Tripoli.
Welcome to Broken Sim. We're in it. We're in it to win it, and we are bang, bang, pow. Guess who's back, Johnny? Guess who's back?
Are you back?
Fat Sam's back.
Oh, for
He's
the winter?
back. Fat Sam is just eating like a pig. I'm trying not to. It started with my time out in Jersey, just eating late night because I can't eat during the day because I'm running and gunning, trying to make the magic happen.
What are we weighing now?
Oh, I haven't weighed myself, but Fat Sam is back, and I am not happy about it. I'm going to have to get back with Joel Staley.
200 plus?
Yeah, I'm at 204, and I've gained weight. I'm not happy about it. I want to get down to 180, and it's time to dedicate myself.
That's what I am now. A little under 180.
Real quick, I want to say something. October 23rd is Dana and I's 20-year anniversary of hanging out with each other. No, that might be some booze, too. That boo. A little bit of both. No, I'm very thankful. She got mad at me because I didn't celebrate it.
Wait, it already happened? Oh,
yeah, it happened on the 23rd.
The 23rd. That's
yeah.
It's already the. That's
so
crazy.
we already went. We went out to. Have you ever been to Buca? Will you look up Buca? Buca something.
Like Buca di Beppo?
Yeah. Have you been there?
Yeah.
Dude, one pasta dish could feed all of Gaza. By the way, all you need is one giant pasta dish.
Yeah, that's a very popular place.
It's great.
Like for
it's
family
great,
style.
and it's so funny, Johnny. Just like any Italian makes the wall. All you have to be is somehow Italian in the industry. You make the wall. I was just looking for Sebastian Maniscalco. But we went on that. We went out to eat with my mom.
Which one did you go to?
We went to the one on Ventura.
I thought you went to City Walk for a second.
No City Walk.
Why'd I do that?
Ventura. We went there, and we Dana's mad we didn't celebrate our anniversary.
Wait, so you did not go there to celebrate the anniversary?
No, we went there to eat with my mom because we wanted to take my mom and my Aunt Vicky out, who are in town.
Did she kind of think it was possibly for the anniversary?
I don't know. Maybe she was mad because maybe that's why she was mad all day because I didn't do anything. But maybe I should do something. But I always tell Dana that I wish we would have gotten married so I could have gotten divorced by now. I always tell her that all the time. But I'm very thankful for Dana in my life. It's been very cool, and I'm very happy, and I may fake my own death at some point, but you never know. But 20 years together.
Wait, now did you just
20
say this?
years, bro.
Did you say this on the podcast to kind of get yourself off the hook from not recognizing?
Do you think Dana listens to any of my podcasts ever?
I feel like you want to be able to tell her you mentioned it on the podcast.
No.
Okay.
I don't at all. That was it. I guess I got to celebrate something. I guess I got to bring her something. What should I get her for her 20th anniversary of us? Yeah, I can't believe I'm with anybody for 20 years. It's kind of crazy.
Just give her some credits at the casino.
Should I send her to the office?
Yeah. Just give it to her in chips,
Yeah, just send her with a fat wad. Go enjoy our anniversary.
Give it to her in quarters.
Leave me alone. Let me celebrate our anniversary. What makes me happy? Alone in my bed, sleeping.
Just give her a 5-gallon bucket of quarters. That would be great.
It's like I don't know how to do you think it's tacky to give somebody money for a gift?
No, not at all.
Because I don't know what to buy anybody. I'd rather just give them cash.
I mean, it's that, everybody thinks about this bit at some point who's starting stand-up comedy, but really it is kind of the worst gift is to give somebody a gift card. Because it's just like, I want to give you money, but I want to tell you how to spend it. You know what I mean? It's just
you mean on Amazon and stuff? Yeah, cash is king. I'm sure I've said this 1,000 times on the show, but it's like, it was so funny because I would get checks from or $10 or checks from my grandparents when I was a kid, and I get it to my mom. I'd never see the money. My mom would just.
Why would you give it to your mother?
To cash it.
Oh, the check. I got you. Okay.
Right? So you give it to your mother. Now it's like I need the money. Nobody's sending me money.
Grandma sends you. That's
so funny. My grandma's not
checks. That's so funny. She
it would say lunch on it, like $25 lunch.
That's
but
funny.
Back when I was a kid, $25 was
no, but it's just funny.
that
it's a check. My grandma, everybody always sent cash where I'm from. It's in the mail.
Yeah. So my Aunt Vicky and my mom is here. It was the first time my mother see my kids, and that's
cool.
It was very cool.
Is that something you have a regret about your mom not getting to see your kids a lot?
Of course.
Because that's something I think about. If I ever had kids out here or a family out here, that it would. It
makes me want to move to Buffalo.
It would be hard for me, for my family, not to see my.
Yeah, I would like to move. If I could, and I could stomach the weather, I would move to Buffalo. Just because that's where all
have you ever thought about New York? Just New York? I mean, you can do the comedy rounds in New York.
I don't want to move to New York City.
But outside the city, not in the city.
Maybe Jersey.
Yeah,
where
Jersey.
Romanelli lives and where Diaz lives and all those guys, all these New York City comics all moved to Jersey.
I think the East Coast would be,
Would you move to Jersey?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, snaps, dude. It's possible. Oh, you ready for that weather?
I love the winter.
And you would go into New York, so you'd get all your touch butt gay stuff done.
Well, just the food and stuff. Yeah, I'd go in there to eat and stuff like that, but music, shit like that. But
I mean, I'm not against it, dude.
There's
a part of me that really wants to just maybe all of us get an apartment in Austin just to go out there when we want to.
I would split that with you guys. Yeah, for sure.
I miss the hangout. Like the other night I was hanging out with Tiffany Haddish, who's talking about how she's an empath. Tiffany's like, I'm thinking about dropping a podcast, but I talk too much shit. I go, well, when you're like done with the movie thing, she's like, oh, when am I going to be done with the thing that makes me millions of dollars? I go,
good point. Yeah.
When that day happens.
Okay.
Whether you choose it or someone else chooses it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you drop all that shit. I'm sure her podcast would just blow up.
Oh, forget about it. Yeah. She would be one of those ones that immediately went to the top.
Yeah, but would it be like like let's see who's a former athlete that their podcast blow up?
It's got to be like Mike Tyson, where you have a guy there that,
or would it be a Jada Pinkett? Yeah, Mike Tyson or a Jada Pinkett?
It's got to be more like Mike Tyson, because it's just going to be somebody else handles all the booking of the guests and producing and everything, and then they just bring her in and let her be like a force of nature on the guests.
Well, Jada Pinkett is just like Britney Spears, giving away people's secrets. And like, I know we got 4 female listeners here, but that seems to be way more of a woman thing than a guy thing. Like,
100%.
Snitching? Like, we don't teach women. Hey, I'm telling my daughter, right, we don't snitch. Tripoli's don't snitch. We're not snitchers. Okay? It goes one ear, stays there. Okay? Keep it to yourself. We don't snitch.
100%.
Because, it's like, my daughter's 3. They're in their snitch stage, where they don't even know they're snitching.
Yeah.
They're just repeating what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like sometimes
Daddy got mad at Starbucks.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll be driving and I'll be having my recovery meeting, Zoom meeting, and then they get very truck driver on it. And sometimes a little bit more, let's say graphic. And that guy went, okay, jumping off. Can't hear that. We don't need that parent repeating that in the backseat.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
the best Coke was always in Sacramento, just telling their friends about it.
Right to their mom. Right? So I picked my mom up and like the go get it in LAX. Just like my mom is from a town of like 14,000 people.
Does she leave a lot?
No.
Yeah, like
that's a big problem. She hates flying. She's so happy to be here. She loves her grandchildren. And I was really amazed at how quickly they just bonded. Because they never actually met. They've seen each other on...
It's the genes, man. They share.
But man, they were just there.
That's real.
Dang.
That's real.
And even Ninja, okay, who does her own thing, okay, she's taking rate.
Really?
We call her Mez Mama. Mez Mama.
Is that Armenian?
Yes. That's what that's my joke right now. My mom's like, I want my daughter to call me Mez Mama. I'm like, what are you, a Decepticon? What kind of name is that?
Crazy name, yeah.
It's the most ridiculous name.
My grandma was Mima. That's what we call her.
But, I got to see, like, they always, like, I'm very close to both sides of my family. But they always say you have, like, a close bond with your maternal sides a little more because there's just this natural kind of, this is definitely my family, right? Because you came out of the maternal side for sure. Right? There's that, it's just
I know what you mean. That's not true for me, but
no. I love both sides. It's just because
I grew up closer with my dad's side. I'm
Oh,
sure it would
really?
be that way. Yeah, just they lived like on the farm basically with us.
Oh, really?
Like right
Yeah.
across the
So I'm
street.
very close to both sides of my family. I love them very much.
No, it's interesting.
But my Aunt Vicky was very special to me. All my aunts were very special.
Are you saying like your real aunt or your great aunt?
My real aunt and my Aunt Rose on my dad's side was probably closest. It's so funny. My there so many of them are gone. It's like crazy. It's so crazy how they're not here anymore.
That's weird.
It's just it's very hard. My Aunt Joanne, my Uncle Lou, he was super fat. She was smoking cigarettes, Italian, and they would just verbally annihilate each other. Like they were your typical married family that were like
if they were today though, they wouldn't be together. But because that generation stuck it out, you see them like what you're saying, verbally annihilate each other.
Yeah, but I also think there's some couples that are just like, this is it. I'm just going to stay here.
Yeah, no, that's it.
And they're just never going to leave. And it's just like, you're totally right. But my Aunt Joanne cut with a knife. She would just.
If you're listening, he's smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, just smoking a cigarette and just call him a fat ass this whole time. Dude, they would come out and see me, and I'd always see them because they were, I was very close.
Is this the Arizona family, or are they from the East Coast too?
Well, this is the Arizona side's their parents, which was my Aunt Ro, my Aunt, and they would come out and they would come see me in Vegas, and they would take me out to dinner. And I would see them.
Oh, that's nice.
And, and they would go to the buffet, and my Uncle Lou would literally come back with I'm not lying to you when I tell you 3 floors of food on one penny. It's like the biggest plate of food I've ever seen in my life.
Good old
and
days.
he would just bang it down. Back when you would spend $10 on a buffet.
Forget about it. It's not like that anymore.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
But I just dude. And then all of them passed away all at one time.
It's almost like they're still out there though, right? If you think of when they live somewhere else.
I think about them all the time. I think about my grandpa all the time.
My grandmother never went on a plane and probably never went more than a couple hours from her house her entire life. Grandfather too on that side. They never probably never left the South except for my grandfather in the war. That was it, to Germany and back, and that's it.
Yeah, and why do you think
crazy?
He's like, I got on a plane, it sucked. People shot
that was
with guns.
what he got drafted, and he was like, it was the worst day of my life. The train to take us to Fort Benning maybe or wherever they were training went right by the house, like the farm, on the way through town, and he was just like, oh, it was the worst day of my life.
Okay, and we'll get into a little draft talk a little later because I just feel like people don't know what's going on. They just don't know what's going on, and they just keep putting out their stupid videos, and they just keep going.
The level of discourse in this country right now,
the level
is in the gutter.
Disconnect.
Yeah, it's idiot. I mean, there's so much stupid happening right now on the internet.
It's so much, and people I love and respect, and they just refuse to acknowledge that chaos is coming.
Yeah, they don't.
But I do have hope, though, Johnny.
This isn't the same though as the stuff we dealt with in the past. This is a new deal right now.
This is a deal like beyond any deal.
Yeah, this is like you make the wrong decision here, and it's quick to the door. You know what I mean? It's
so
we're out.
So So they come see it's really great. My mother's great. My Aunt Vicky, I love them so much. And they just love, grandmas love the grandchildren. And my kids are just getting doted on.
Oh, I love it. That's why I see my parents with my nephew. And I just hate the idea of if I ever had a kid out here, him or her.
I'm with you.
Not having that.
I don't know what to do, but I think about it all the time.
Yeah,
I think about it all the time. Maybe there will be a time I could force myself to live in Buffalo. So they come in and
wait, they or just her?
No, my Aunt Vicky and my.
Oh, I didn't understand.
By the way, dude, how pissed am I? My Aunt Vicky. So my Uncle Russell's no longer with us. That's my aunt's husband. He just passed, and he was an avid baseball collector, and she is now auctioning off an actual Ty Cobb bat.
Wow.
And my Uncle Russell got this bat from this guy at 20 years ago. For how much money do you think a Ty Cobb bat cost him at that time?
I can tell you that a guy paid for a horse with my dad with a Joe DiMaggio signed baseball bat one time. He gave us a bat and we gave him a horse, and horses are expensive. So I don't know.
This guy gave it to my uncle for $300.
That's crazy.
$300, bro. That thing's gonna fetch so much money, and that's all she has. is just tons of baseball memorabilia because dude, that side of my family, I said this before on the show, antiquers, dude. Where you go, oh, you're hoarders, and then you look at their stuff, you're like, oh no, you have treasure. You have real treasure here.
Yeah, it's a fine line, isn't it, though, between treasure and junk? Like, you gotta really.
Well, so
some people collect Tupperware, and it's just like, what are you doing?
I was recently at a comedy club. I was performing there with my good friend Howie Dewey, and afterwards, we were doing a I do a meet and greet. And I always do meet and greets. I like to meet the fans and all this stuff. And so the line goes through. It's a long line. I meet with everybody. My cousins are there. Everybody's there. So the line goes to the end. And then, like, it's so hilarious. This fat midget walks up, right? And it's like fat. She's fat and she's a midget. She's super short. She's a midget.
That's a rough card to draw, huh?
That is a rough card. And, like, she's married, dude, because her husband's right there. He's like, obviously, is a weirdo and is the fat midgets, right?
Normal size?
Normal size guy who's with a fat midget.
Interesting.
So she's like, can I take a video with you? Basically, along lines of that. And I'm like, sure. So I go take it. She leads and she gives me the shit-eating grin. And then she says something. I can't tell what she's saying, but it's along the lines of like trying to talk some shit to me. So I go, what? And she leans into me, but she takes her hand off the phone, looking at me. So I just grab her phone, right? I grab her phone, and I'm like, okay, we're erasing that. And she goes nuts on me. And the reason I'm telling this, it's so funny because I did like the old Hanna-Barbera. Have you ever seen when, like, the older dog is trying to hold off the puppy?
Yeah.
And I'm like, basically like.
And his arms are just like swinging like that.
Yeah. So I'm like, this is how short and fat she is, that I'm Heismaning her, holding her head right there. And she's screaming at me like a rabid dog, like literally like a dog. And I'm like, well, we're not getting your phone back until I get the video off of you being a retard, right?
Yeah.
So then the staff comes in and I have to go, and she has an Android. I don't even know how to do an Android.
It's a pain in the ass. Yeah.
Right? So everybody's there telling her, hey, you're a fat retard. You're a tiny midget. She pulled the worst card. Fat midget retard, right? Fat midget retard.
A lot of censoring going on.
Okay,
YouTube.
just beep up fat midget retard. And she's yelling. So I grab her phone. She goes nuts. She plows through the comedy club. They're trying to hold her back, but she's using her fat retarded strength. You know how retards are really smart, really strong?
Yeah.
She's like plowing through people. Like this 5-foot fat round thing is just like a wrecking ball through this. And I'm like, you're so
low
lucky.
Center of gravity, man.
Low center of gravity, using torque to get
like
through.
Barry Sanders.
So I found the videos, but I deleted the initial video. Then I go, oh, what they do is they go through the recently deleted videos.
Yeah, you gotta delete that too.
So, but I don't know how to work an Android.
Yeah.
So I got buy time.
It's
So
just kind of holding it above your head. Yeah,
I'm like, here, and I'm like, dude, don't get out of here. I'm like, you're so lucky. Do you know how many times I've had women swing on me? And I've never once swung back. I have scars from women kick me. Never hit a woman. Would never hit a woman. And I would never hit a midget, bro. Imagine punching a midget. Like, what a piece of shit.
I imagine it
you
all
are
the time.
for punching a midget with diabetes.
Some people count sheep. I imagine punching midgets while asleep. So.
You know, why? But you would never punch a real midget because they got a pot of gold.
But I imagine it all the time.
This fat chick probably ate the gold. That's how she's so heavy.
Diabetic fat midget.
Yeah. I got a diabetic fat midget coming after me.
She's like, I gotta go inject my insulin. Please hurry up.
So I find it. I'm like, yes, and we all like everybody celebrates, and I delete it, and I hand her back her phone. I go, you're lucky I'm a gentleman and not a scumbag like you. Well, they called the cops. Did I tell you that? They called the cops.
You told me that, but not on the show.
The cops walk in. The cops walk in, go, what happened? And I tell them the story. They laugh and they go, okay, because everybody saw her touch me first. Like she just tried to grab me and all that stuff. And that's like, I'm not, dude, I get shit from I get heckled and I get things thrown at me. I get people fighting with me all the time. It's fucking hilarious. But I've never had a fat, retarded midget. And somebody married that fat, retarded midget.
Well, I mean,
somebody put a ring on that finger. Oh my God!
There's a guy for every woman.
There is a guy for like.
There's not a woman for every guy, but there's a guy for every woman.
What a simp you have to be to marry a fat, retarded midget.
I'm gonna have so much work to do from this 5 minutes you had to put in here.
Okay, sorry. I always want to tell the funny story. Heckle stories
it's
are
funny.
hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Especially when they involve mystical animals like fat midgets.
Did you get any kind of like good luck for a week or anything out of
The
that?
next show was great. I mean, I've been crushing it ever since.
Because you like rubbed her head
Numbers are
essentially.
up. Everyone's doing great. It's the best time ever. I'm so blessed. Hold on, John, before we go any further, I just want to go to samtruth.com, check out my dates. I'm going to be in Indianapolis on November 3rd, and then I'm going to be in St. Louis November 4th with Eddie Bravo and Xavier Guerrero. Then on November 10th, I'm at the Stand-Up Comedy Club in Bellflower. Everyone says this is the best club ever. Let's hope and pray I don't mess that up. Austin on the 17th of November. Dallas on the 19th of November. Then we also have on November 12th another Comedy Chaos. Go check it out. And I'm very excited to announce right now that myself and the Paranoid American have decided to put together a comic book for conspiracy theorist parents who want wholesome kind of non-woke entertainment for their children, something fun to read for their kids that isn't woke and stuff. And we decided to put this out. It's called Chaos Twins. And it's about the story of two twin girls who move with their dad and their mom to a new neighborhood, and every basically house in the neighborhood is a different conspiracy that they have to deal with. And please, if you love it, just either go to samtruth.com, hit the banner, or go just put in chaostwins.com or thechaostwins.com, and we'll take it right there. Put your email in, and we'll get it going. And once we got enough people, we're going to start moving forward, and we'll let you know about all the good stuff. We're going to do signed copies. I might do a live signing in Florida to kick this off. So that's the goal. So very excited. Join us, help us. And if this thing does well, we'll do a bunch of these things. I would love to, I would love to do a series of this. Because I think we need to have entertainment that children can do that isn't like trying to push Marxism on them. So,
Absolutely.
I love it. We'll get some, and we'll be open-minded to making it better as we go. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So again, click that. So anyways, what else you want?
If you want to buy a Tesla too, I'm gonna have a referral link in the code because you can save some money and I can get free acceleration boost on the new car. So
all right, man, enjoy that.
Link.
Enjoy that.
God bless you.
So it's Halloween. They want to go. So
It's not Halloween, but
it's around Halloween, right? So Ninja, her school is having their first what they call trunk or treat.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
That's where like parents will get around, take their car, decorate them up. Some people go really hard into it. We're about to do it. We're taking it easy this time, and then Daddy will start to plan it. And next year he will do a whole 3D metaverse experience of his trunk or treat. Okay, I will go hard in the paint, and I will win.
And what the kids walk around the parking lot, these trunk and get candy, right?
Candy. And then so they're doing the trunk or treat thing, and guess what song is playing? Eminem.
What song?
8 Mile. You don't think that's weird that Eminem is now child approved?
Was it? But I mean, was it just somebody's car playing the music, or was it?
But it was in the trunk or treat.
Yeah, dude. I mean, these California parents it's a lot different trip than what.
That's how you know you're old, when your drug music is now kid friendly.
Yeah, I mean, think about some. Yeah, no,
right?
Yeah, I mean, Eminem has kind of become a sort of a family figure if you think about.
Well, he's become woke. Like,
yeah.
Like, do you think that what happens? Do you think that it gets so crazy that they turn to the other side, right? Like Eminem, who is battling to say the F word about gay people, right? Just saying over and over again, right? Over and over and over and over again. Write that time down. Now is like super woke and is like wanting to like battle for the forces of
I think eventually you just get tired of the war. You know what I mean? You get tired of fighting the mainstream and you just decide to go with the flow.
Like point. Howard Stern?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly like Howard Stern. He's like, you know what? I could continue fighting uphill and having all my shit get shadow banned and get fined by the fucking government, or I could just start sucking celebrities' dicks on the radio and towing the mainstream line.
Now, do you think it's that they break, or do they just see where the money is and they go that way? Like, this is the whole thing with Sarah Silverman, right?
Too, yeah.
Like,
Wait, are you talking about that clip you pulled? Because I got that right.
But I really like Sarah Silverman.
I do too.
I've told this story about her.
And you have a good reason not to like her. She's been a dick to you before.
Yes, she has.
Yeah.
She has been quite hypocritical in things she's done to me. Like, she wouldn't do the naughty show because for something she's like, no, I'm not into that. And then she wouldn't do the gay version of the naughty show unless we put a charity to it, which we put a charity to it. Like, okay. But then when a black comic was doing the same show, she totally would do it. Like, she had no problems with it. Like, and this gets into like why political correctness is, but I do think I have thoroughly enjoyed her comedy. Like, she's really been great. The problem is, again, and it's not just Sarah Silverman. It's like a lot of the Opie and Anthony comics are like this as well. The old Opie and Anthony comics are now like politically correct. They don't
like who? Who are you thinking of?
Well, I mean, like Bill Burr is like he's like a little politically correct. Guys, guess what time it is? NBA season! That's right, guys. It was just the most wonderful time of the year. That's right, dude. NBA season is upon us. So let me tell you something, guys. NBA fans, the wait is over. Basketball is back. And DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is celebrating with an unbeatable offer. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets for throwing down $5 on the NBA. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. You start your season off with an instant dub. Okay? And so here's what's going on. And with DraftKings parlays, everyone's got a shot at even bigger basketball wins. String together multiple bets from the same game or build your parlay across multiple games for a shot at making your payday even sweeter, okay? Basketball is more fun when you have a little in on the action. Download the DraftKings Sports app now and use the code BrokenSim. New customers get $200 in bonus bets instantly for betting just $5 only on DraftKings Sportsbook with the code BrokenSim. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort. 21 plus. Age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. See dkng.co/football for eligibility terms and responsible gaming resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply.
Hey guys, are you guys looking for a new podcast? Well, I got a good one for you. MrBallen's Medical Mysteries. That's right. We've all been there, turning to the internet to self-diagnose for an inexplicable pain or debilitating body aches, sudden fevers, and strange rashes. Though our minds spiral to the worst case scenarios, it's usually nothing. But for an unlucky few, the symptoms can start to be the clock ticking on a terrifying medical mystery. MrBallen, one of the internet's most popular storytellers and host of MrBallen podcast, turns to the human body for an all-new suspense-driven podcast, MrBallen's Medical Mysteries. Every episode of MrBallen's Medical Mystery recounts someone's living nightmare, like an unexplainable death of a retired firefighter whose body was reduced to ashes even though nothing around him burned, or the time that an entire town became ill with nausea and chills. The local doctor initially chalked it up to it being food poisoning until people started jumping from buildings and seeing tigers on their ceilings.
What?
Whoa, I'm going to check that out. Each terrifying true story will be sure to keep you up at night. Follow MrBallen's Medical Mysteries wherever you get your podcast. Prime members can listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music. Can we cut all this out?
What? Why? You don't want to talk about Woodard?
No, I don't want to talk about anybody like that. But the point is,
We're talking about Sarah Silverman.
Okay, leave it in.
Okay.
Leave it in. Okay. The problem I had with a lot of the things that went on when they did the Patrice O'Neal doc on him, okay,
Yeah.
is that they cut out Anthony Cumia,
Who's a huge part of his
who's a huge
career,
part of it. And again, if you ask me, who are my favorite 4 comics working today? Bill Burr's probably number 1.
And Patrice would have never written off Anthony Cumia ever. Like he would have been going. He would still be going.
Right,
on whatever he's doing now.
Right. So I get upset with that, and I know there's things probably outside of Bill that may be influencing him that I don't want to get into, but I that upset
Anthony
me.
Cumia had like a heart thing or something, right? Didn't he go to the hospital?
There's just like people who used to do Opie and Anthony. I don't want to get into these names because I love all of them. This isn't a war. I don't want to cause
I got
war
you.
words, but they think everything is right wing now. Like the things that
What do
they
you
used
mean?
to do.
What do you mean?
They go, oh, that's just some right-wing propaganda stuff.
Like what? I don't know what you're saying they're talking about.
Like if you start talking about like let's just get into this the thing about George Floyd that came out.
No, I
Like
don't
if
know
you
what
say
it is.
George Floyd is now, it's pretty much proven in court documents that he OD'd. That there was
really?
no sign of trauma at all. But the prosecution felt so much outside pressure from the left that they basically prosecuted this guy for what I think his only crime he committed was that he was an emergency response officer who did not respond to an emergency. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like you have a guy ODing right there. You gotta kind of,
Is that in the news anywhere?
yeah, it's everywhere right now.
The only thing I see is that it's from May from AP. It says George Floyd's autopsy report is not new. It does not say he died of an overdose. Now, here's Tucker Carlson saying something that's former Fox News host Tucker Carlson in his X show on Friday spoke about George Floyd's death and ex-policeman Derek Chauvin's arrest for his murder. The African-American man's death in Minneapolis in May sparked countrywide protests. Carlson pointed out at new testimony, saying that it is conclusively known that former Minneapolis police officer did not murder Floyd. Okay, so it's just from Tucker somehow. Okay.
Yeah, but
Anyways.
it's now everybody is showing that basically what the truth community's been saying is that he didn't die from this shit.
It says AP's fact check says social media users are sharing a page from the 20-page autopsy report that was publicly released by Hennepin County's medical examiner in June 3rd, 2020. It has not been changed since. While the page says he had fentanyl and methamphetamine in his system and did not have life-threatening injuries,
Yes.
the full report concludes Floyd died from cardiopulmonary arrest, not an overdose.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make any sense because cardiopulmonary arrest
Right.
can be caused by
100%. They're lying
drugs.
to you.
Yeah, that
They
doesn't
keep
make
the
any sense.
narrative
Yeah.
going. And the reason this is all coming out is because BLM is now pro-Gaza, pro-Palestine.
Did you see that thing they tweet? I mean, I know this is very complex, but did you see that thing that Chicago BLM tweeted out that it was like "We stand with Palestine" and it was a logo of the people on those
hang gliders?
Those hang gliders.
I mean, these things are all provocateurs. That's
Of
their whole
course it
thing
is.
is
I mean, that's
to
like
cause chaos.
they're on the payroll.
Yeah, they all
It's
are.
so clear.
And we all know George Soros is is basically at war with Israel. We basically know that, and they're all on George Soros's paywall. And now that doesn't mean because like we can get into the Dave Chappelle stuff right now, which is the Dave Chappelle is
Do you want to play this real quick?
yeah, well, yeah, but yeah, hold on.
All right.
We'll
I
get
feel like
into
we're
it.
getting far away from it. Okay, let me just pull up the Dave thing.
The Dave Chappelle stuff now, I don't think there's any actual video or audio, but supposedly he was on stage in Boston in front of 22,000 people, and he was speaking on Palestine and Israel. He is Muslim, so he was teeing off on what he believes is right, okay?
Good for him.
And somebody in the audience told him to shut up. And so he went at it right there and they booed him out. And supposedly the Garden started supporting Dave Chappelle.
Good.
Okay.
What
And
do you think about that?
So now everybody's going back to his bit about space Jews.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we all, and like the more you watch that video, you understand what he's talking about right there. And it's why Dave Chappelle is the GOAT.
Now, would you say this, because I know you've criticized him in the past for doing safe, dangerous. Is this more dangerous,
That's
dangerous?
dangerous.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, that's kind of the real shit right there, isn't it? Yeah.
That's dangerous. So he is he's going off. And
By the way, I love what he's wearing. Have you
And
seen
by the way,
he's wearing
do you see this article? It's making it seem like half the crowd left when I think it's just a couple people left.
Of course they are.
Right?
It says that this was a little fair. New York Times. Dave Chappelle's remarks on Israel draw cheers and walkouts.
Yeah, and what is walkouts? A couple people.
Yeah, who
Imagine
cares?
spending all that money and be like,
you're an idiot if you do that. Yeah.
I'm leaving. He said a meanie joke.
Dude, that first time I ever saw Dave Chappelle was at Clemson University in their Little John Coliseum, and one guy was like talking back to him like that in the thousands, And the guy was like way in the middle, and he waited, stopped the entire show, brought the lights were down, brought the lights up, put the spotlight on the guy, and then we had to wait a good 8 minutes for that guy, the security, to go find that guy, get the motherfucker out, and walk all the way out to the door. And he stopped his whole show just so yeah, he's very temperamental when it comes to people interrupting him during shows. Like he doesn't take any shit like that.
Right.
Even in a stadium, I mean.
The funniest time is when I got heckled in Canada, and this guy, my first joke out, he goes, "Did you fly all the way from LA for the jokes like that?" I go, "Get the fuck out." He goes, "I'm sorry." He got up. He literally kicked himself out. He got up, walked over, paid his bill, and said he's sorry again and walked out. I've never seen anything like that.
That's the weirdest heckle I've ever heard of.
Weirdest heckle ever.
It was almost like he wanted to deliver that line, and it didn't matter what you said. He just wanted to say that.
Well, and also at the time, there was a real belief that Canadians were like koala bears, and they were just loving people.
Yeah, their hecklers seem like they're pretty nice.
Now because of Trudeau, they're like kind of like going crazy right now. I love Canadians.
Trudeau sucks.
I love everybody. But going back to Sarah Silverman, Sarah Silverman represents.
By the way, beautiful woman.
Young Sarah Silverman,
oh my God,
fire.
dude.
Older Sarah Silverman still would crush it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And and like she's going through her stuff right now.
But she was as cute as it got, dude, back in the night.
Oh, dude. With her giant Jewish eyebrows that were so hot.
She's got a little bit of the teeth thing.
Go look up young Sarah Silverman pictures.
I mean,
dude,
as hot as it gets, man.
Hot as it gets with those fucking eyebrows.
She's even got the teeth thing you like.
Oh,
too.
yeah. Big time.
Is it no age?
Yeah. Yeah.
Go on.
Go pictures.
Let's go, internet. I'm already on images.
Oh, here we go. No, but like really young.
Like right there.
No, that's not. That's like, dude, when you look at like first on the scene.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Big chompers.
First on the scene, dog. Sarah Silverman with those eyebrows. Look at those eyebrows right there. Look at those fire eyebrows. Oh, yeah. So hot. So hot.
Beautiful, man.
So hot.
The hair.
Oh, yeah. She looks like all those hot Israeli soldiers.
Oh, 100%. Look at this. She's got an I like pea shirt. How did Jimmy Kimmel score? What, back when he was fat too?
Johnny, did you just ask the dumbest question ever in the history?
No, but that was like pre-man show, wasn't it? When they started dating.
They started dating when he had a show on ABC.
Oh, really? Was it?
Yeah.
I thought that was like way
Look at that young. Look at that young Sarah Silverman was fire.
Oh, there she is in blackface. That's great.
Yeah, young Sarah Silverman, blackface too. Fire, bro.
Oh, this was her like hottest era.
Yeah.
Was that Evening at the Improv?
But yeah, that's how long she's been around. She was on Evening at the Improv.
Yeah, dude, that show hasn't been on here. Let's just take a
Thank you very much. It's really nice to be here. You know, I was just back east because my sister got married, and it was really neat. You know, they took each other's last names. They hyphenated it, you know? So now my sister's name is Susan Silverman Abramowitz. Yeah, but they're thinking of shortening it to just Jews.
She's doing that kind of voice thing, isn't she?
But that's her voice. It's just like as you get older, your voice gets deeper.
She's cute, though. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
But again, this is the perfect thing because that leads into this. So this is
2001. I mean,
this is 2001. This guy, we vibe a lot. My Myth Informed. I love that name, by the way. And Myth Informed. Myth Informed.
You have a lisp.
Myth.
I'm myth informed.
Myth Informed. This guy's Myth Informed. And and he's playing this clip from 2001. Now, what I want to watch it.
You do want to watch it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we?
Yeah, I think I'll just like drop out some of the words.
Yeah, you're randomly selected, and I don't want to do jury duty.
No one does.
So I'm filling out the form, and my friend said, why don't you write something really inappropriate, like I hate chicks, you know? And I'm thinking, yeah, but when you think about it, I don't want people to think that of me. You know, I just want to get out of jury duty. So I just filled out the form, and I wrote, I love chicks.
Stop. Now, the joke didn't land at all. Didn't land at all.
No, it's very funny, though.
But it's funny.
It is funny, yeah.
And so now we got Steve Aoki, who like looks totally different than he does
That's
now.
not Steve Aoki. That's a different guy.
That's a different Aoki?
Yeah, it's a different Aoki. That's not Steve.
How many Aokis are
I don't
there?
know, but it's not him. I thought it was him because you said Aoki in the thing, but then I looked and it was some other Aoki.
Okay, so let's listen to it.
Point something out for the initiative for those who don't know. I mean, calling a Chinese person
Guy
a chink
Aoki. Yeah.
is the same
by
thing
the way,
as calling a black person.
stop. Look at David Spade's look in 2001.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, like
He was slaying puss too with this
he
look.
was slaying puss. He's got that kind of like he looked like he was in the Nelson Twins. You remember that old band, the Nelson Twins?
No, I
like
don't.
he's in that kind of Christian rock look right there, feathered.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah. You could see him
Feathered.
being like in Nickelback or like Creed
for
or something
sure,
like that.
dude. He could easily be in Creed, right?
Like
but
the
if
bassist,
he had that look today, he would be like the guy you know's gay in the couple that flips houses, right?
100%.
Right? You're like,
Yeah.
oh, we just flipped out. Dude, when my girl flips, I get so moist, if
He's
you know
like
what I'm talking
always
about.
running his hand through
dude,
his
you're
hair.
like, you're
Yeah.
gay. You're
Yeah.
totally gay.
Yeah.
Like anyone in LA that their gaydar is on point is like, you're gay as fuck.
And the women just loved it. They loved it, dude.
Yeah, so we watch this guy.
Absolutely.
This is the way we take it, and we don't think that racial slurs should be used in this kind of off-the-cuff kind of way because it gives more permission for people to use it in less appropriate situations. It's
that would
difficult.
be okay.
No, I don't
Wait a
think-
second.
Stop,
That's what you
stop.
said. You said it just.
Okay, go back because he said something interesting. And did he say the actual N-word? I think he did. Which
Yeah,
is-
I think so, right? Hold on. He might not be
It's the
there.
same thing as calling a black person.
Absolutely.
Okay.
This is the way we take
Like,
it.
we are-
and
stop.
We don't think that
We
racial
are
slurs should be used in this
so
kind of off.
This is a different time.
Yeah, but like, yeah, it is. It is. And let's be honest, Johnny. Better time or worse time?
Better.
Better time.
That you could say that. This was on ABC. Yeah. This
And
was.
this is my struggle right now in comedy. Is like, I know how good it was. And this is what I was saying about Winning Time. And everyone was loving that first season, right? Everyone was loving it. They're like, this is great. I'm like, we could be like this again.
Yeah.
We could easily be like this. We could all be having fun. Women could be banging famous guys if we just told these Me Too sluts to shut up. Okay?
And dude, I watched this show, Politically Incorrect,
Tough kind of.
every airing.
But I
kind of
want to hear
way
Sarah's
because-
response to it.
Okay, it's coming.
It gives more permission for people to use it in less appropriate situations. It's
That would
difficult.
be okay.
No, I don't
Wait a
think-
second. That's what you said. You said it just wasn't done correctly. So what? Give me an
No,
example.
I am just addressing one of the points you said, which was satire. I'm saying it wasn't good satire anyway, but I'm saying,
But that
subjective.
implies
No.
that some joke would be of such good satire that she could have said.
what she
Okay,
could have
may
said,
I- may
what she
I-
could have said, she could have said, "I hate Chinese people. I love Chinese people." Would have gone, "Okay, funny joke, haha," and that would have been over
That's
with.
not the point
The point
of the
is,
joke.
you use a slur that you
Point.
thought you could get away with on national television.
That's absolutely not
You
true.
would
I
not
used to
have
say it with
said
Nick.
word
I have said
under
that
certain
on
context.
Conan the
NBC
last
would have
time.
shut
Has
you
it ever
down.
been edited out?
No.
So on Conan O'Brien, you said a joke using the N word and it was never edited out.
No.
That's right. You can get the
She said she
tape.
did.
Oh, she did?
Yeah,
She said the M word on there?
She says she did, and it was on Conan. Yeah, and they didn't edit it out.
Yeah. I mean, dude, do you know the first time I did stand up on national television? It was the Late Late Show with Craig Kilborn.
God
And I
bless
did a
him.
joke about black people don't pass the ball at the Y. And when I did that joke at the Coach and Horses over here, the entire room got quiet. They were all my friends to celebrate this. And I did black people never pass the ball at the Y because I knew Craig Kilborn loved
He loves
basketball
basketball,
jokes. And it crushed.
That's great. Yeah.
And so my whole point is that, and this is why I got to listen, dude. You got, and a couple people tried to call me out on some shit. I love everybody. The truth of the matter is Aoki, when he's talking about a more appropriate time, right? Have you ever listened to Asian comedians talk about Asian people? They murk Asian people. They
Yeah,
murk
yeah.
them.
And do their voice and everything.
And they do dude, old Korean war
And you're
veterans
randomly selected.
don't even get that, don't even go as bad as Asian comics talking about Asians. And my point is is it the message or the messenger? Because if it's the messenger, then that in itself is prejudice. And what everything is how do we make white women comfortable? That's all it is.
Which, by the way, Sarah Silverman, I mean, these are, she's defending points that now she would never
just
defend.
completely goes off on.
Yeah.
And that is ultimately why she's paying her price instead of towing the line, because she is such a great comic. And the jokes that got her to where she is, and we could get into what else helped her get to where she is, okay? But what the jokes that got her to where she is, she's now demonizing. David Cross is like that. Okay.
Oh, he used to be the darkest. I mean, he would go anywhere.
Listen, anybody that was on Tough Crowd that is yelling about right wingers,
yeah, it's crazy.
is absolutely nuts.
Tough Crowd was the best.
And again, it goes into like someone like I love Anthony Jeselnik, who I think is a great joke writer. And when he had a problem with the Legion of Skanks, like, hey man, your jokes, Anthony, fit Legion of Skanks. Like, your crowd should be the same crowds.
What was his beef with those guys? I didn't know.
Well, he shared it. We talked about here. He shared an article where
I remember this.
This
Yeah,
guy who has now been basically, it's so funny. Julie Seba, is that her last name? She's a great writer. She wrote LA Times piece, and you had Luis J. Gomez going, "New LA Times, bitches," which is a crazy thing, man. Again, going back to like when we were talking about Skakefest, like all the people that enforce political correctness in LA run to Vegas to be a part of Skankfest.
Were they talking shit about Skankfest in the Times, or is it?
No. It was a celebration of it.
Oh, that's cool.
That's like why Legion of Skanks is getting their flowers right now. That's why they're being seen, and that's why everybody is basically running to New York to kiss the ring. Because they sat there in the pocket during the political correctness of New York City, and they came out winners.
Weathered the storm, yeah.
They weathered the storm. And now you got everybody running to be on Legion of Skanks because it's now a formula to get you views on your Netflix special.
And the kind of views that you want, like people who actually like comedy.
Yes.
Yeah, and aren't there for political reasons.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Right? So that's why Sarah Silverman's paying a price right now.
The people that will laugh before they think. That's the people you
like,
want.
Johnny?
Do you hear what I said, though? You want people that will laugh before they think. There's so many people that on the left, they think, then they laugh, or they don't. You know what I mean?
Well,
and that just ruins comedy.
Comedy is... I've been
laughter.
really thinking about this, Johnny, a lot. And I go, are people just... is dumb comedy ruling, or did people always want dumb comedy? It's just the powers that be gave them Carlin, gave them all these people that were this highbrow. And reality, they just wanted fart and mom jokes, and my kids are like all these guys that are blowing up on Instagram. Like maybe they always wanted that. And like I had Brian Callen on the episode's about to drop. He goes, the comedy that's big right now is not the comedy we grew up on. And he's 100% right, because people are going right to consumer. And it's just, I want everybody to do well. I'm happy. But man, I mean, I'm telling you, Johnny, I'm about to shoot this episode. I now have decided it's going to be called Quiet. And then I'm going to just start going, what's up with my kids?
Chappelle's as big as ever.
Yeah, but Chappelle's a different thing. Chappelle's a different thing.
People are already familiar with him. Is that what
yeah.
you're saying?
And like, they just won't let Daddy dance.
I know I shave because when I don't, I look like a homeless person, and my girlfriend doesn't dig the homeless look. I also shave because after shaving, I feel confident, I feel a lot cleaner, and I just feel sharp. No matter why you shave, Harry's has you covered for the best shave of your life at a price you'll love. From their legendary high-quality razors to skin products like their exfoliating face wash and hydrating lotion, Harry's gives you a premium shave without the premium price tag. Get better quality and a better price than other razors when you get Harry's delivered right to your door. Sam and I both love our Harry's razors. The handle feels great in your hand. It's well balanced. You can tell when a lot of thought goes into a product, and it's clear that Harry's has given a ton of thought to these razors. They're sharp, they're smooth, they're close, but not too close. It's the best razor we've ever owned. Here's the thing about Harry's, though. They know that a smooth shave should not be rough on your wallet. Their starter set is a $13 value for just $3 at harrys.com/broken. It includes a 5-blade German-engineered razor, the weighted handle that I mentioned before, foaming shave gel, and a travel cover. Schedule delivery for refills for as low as $2. That's half of what you'd pay for other blades. Harry's makes the skincare products also that will give you the best shave ever. We're talking creams, washes, lotions, and other products that will keep your skin healthy and hydrated. They also have blades made at their own factory in Germany that stay sharp. And I'm saying this from experience. They're just as sharp on the 8th shave as they are on their first. And again, we can't get enough of that sleek, ergonomic, weighted handle that looks great in your bathroom and gives you precise control with each swipe. There's no reason not to try Harry's. Harry's has the highest customer satisfaction in the shaving industry, and they're still offering this crazy no-risk trial. If you don't like your shave, no worries. It's on them. Get your best shave ever with Harry's razors and skincare products. Get a $13 starter set for just $3 at harrys.com/broken. That's harrys.com for a $3 starter set.
So if you look at like, dude, Comedy Chaos, the Instagram page has 50,000 followers.
Really? What do they post there?
50,000 clips of all the comics that are on the show.
That's cool.
The one that Tiffany Haddish did, which is basically getting revenge on your boyfriend, almost 700,000 views.
Wow.
Right?
It's good. You should post promo for.
Well, I don't want to ruin it. I don't want you.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin it, dude.
I got you.
I mean, like, I get why people don't want to put me on the show because you put my name in the thing and it just takes a ding.
It's so stupid.
Well, it is stupid.
Like, you search your name on YouTube now, and the shit that comes up is people, talking shit. Half of it is, I was trying to find a podcast the other day, an old podcast, and I had to wade through so much shit, just like.
Oh yeah, all these people shit talking.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know what it is. I mean,
it's just like, this is why I don't like talking about other people, because it becomes this thing where like, oh, you're going to warp it. Like, I like Sarah Silverman. I think she's great. If she heard this, would she get upset? If Bill Burr heard what I say, would he get upset? I don't like to upset people.
Yeah,
like,
but they're not going to hear this.
Well, you never know.
I mean, who's going to show? I mean, can you imagine a world where Sarah Silverman is like, hey, you got to hear this shit that they did on this podcast?
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, people do that shit all the time.
We're defending her past her.
And it's not even that. It's like, hey, dude, I think Sarah Silverman should be able to do blackface. Like, right? And I would totally crush
Did she
blackface.
tweet this? I'm having menstrual cramps.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It's so funny.
She's hilarious.
And like the notion of like,
she is funny.
like, listen, dude, the fact that people go crazy on blackface, right? The fact that people go crazy on blackface, all right, is hilarious when they now take historically white characters and make them black. We are now finding ways to shoehorn black people in.
Happens all the time.
That day is so gone. It's so gone.
It's happening all the time, dude, where they replace white men with.
Now, I think that some of that is coming to an end.
It's funny, though. You'll be watching a movie about let's say a newsroom in the 60s. You'll be like, boy, it was remarkably diverse. It's amazing how many black women worked in this newsroom in the 60s. We must have solved this diversity problem a long time ago. And you realize it's just them wedging in, people to make it look like.
No, it's just Marxism.
It's doing the opposite of what
Here
they
to cause
want.
chaos.
Some guy keeps
harassing
me on Instagram for doing my black voice. Hello, children.
Imagine thinking that is important.
He's really mad at me.
Because that guy's got nothing going on in his life, and he's angry.
I see. I got plenty going on in my life, Sam.
There we go.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I encourage you to always do that voice. Again, you can say whatever you want. If you're going to say some shit that is about certain people's family, they might show up at your fucking house.
That's the line, isn't it? Yeah.
That's it. But you can say whatever the fuck you want. There's consequences to everything. Right? But it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, my problem is like, you can get angry at that and then you go watch it. I mean, like the things that Bobby Lee has said about Asians and his whole following is Asians. It's hilarious. Watch any Asians fucking comedy special.
I guess
like
it's okay.
Margaret Cho, who is the best of the best. You watch her first special, it's so hilarious talking about how her mom's English is. But if you had a white guy do that, which is the whole reason Shane Gillis got in trouble, right?
Yeah,
it's like he gets canceled for doing the same thing that the Asians do.
What do you think that is? Is it just because they've lived the thing?
No, it's because white women are lazy.
You don't wait. So I don't think that's quite it, because I do think that Bobby Lee's fans would be annoyed that a white guy did that, and they're not white women. I mean, those people get mad.
Well, because but they didn't before. Do you understand this political correctness?
You
shit?
think they're being influenced by white women getting mad?
No, yeah, they're it's clout. It's clout. So
I see. Okay.
If you are like, it's my problem with when the cast of Crazy Rich Asians
yeah.
went after Shane Gillis. I'm like, you're literally in a movie called Crazy Rich Asians, and you're talking about oppression.
So stupid.
And the woman's like, my family members got called that hundreds of years ago. You're like, and today you're in a movie called Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. It was hundreds of years ago,
it's like
and you're here.
Nuts. Yeah. It's so nuts.
You just made the argument for me. I mean, wait, what was this? While we're on fire here, what was this about the draft you wanted to talk about? I wrote it down about the draft in Israel.
Oh, well, I mean, like, it's basically that. I mean, that I think if people don't wake up really quickly, that there's going to be a draft. And I 100% believe that people who are ignoring this thing going on. Now, I also believe that the war pigs are losing the information war.
Yeah.
That more and more the war pigs and the pro-war people are being isolated as that's them, and people are 100% waking up to war is bad, and that their kids could be drafted. And I wish more people would say something.
This country, if they instituted the draft, this country would burn, though. This is not, the Vietnam generation where they're like, well, I got drafted. I guess most people are like, guess I got a report. These, they would riot. They've burned cities for less, in the past 5 years.
Well, that's the whole thing. Like, if you look at like
I don't think they can do that. Is
Johnny, when I was looking back at like, what have the conspiracy theorists gotten wrong? Now you could say Q, and that's a whole different podcast.
Not much other than that, though.
Okay, right.
Not much other than that.
I mean, it's all coming out right now, and the problem is that some people's algorithms are not allowing them to hear it, but it's all coming out now, and I think it's great. And so I mean, I don't want to get conspiratorial on this show, and I just hate talking shit about people. I like talking shit about attention whores and politicians and taking truth to power. I don't like going on.
Well, where's that got to do with the draft here? I mean, I
forget what my point with the draft was.
Well, you were talking about how you think we're on a slippery slope to maybe the draft being instituted, but I can't imagine them doing that unless they want the country to burn, because it will.
They seem like they want the country to burn.
You think so?
If you go into a war, Johnny, at World War III, they won't have an election. And I think that's what they really want. And
that's it'd probably be like it was Vietnam, which was like 18 to 23 or 25 getting drafted. Think about the state of the average 18 to 25-year-old in this country right now. Do they seem like they're ready to go? Well,
that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. Like, are they ready for war? And
no,
maybe that's done on purpose as well.
No, they're not. No, unless some like rural people maybe, but most of them in the cities, they're not ready for war. No.
So confusing. So I mean, that got all. I didn't want to get into all that.
No, it's what's happening. I think people want.
I just don't want to get into like fightings with people and all that shit. It isn't my thing, dude.
But you really didn't, dude.
All right.
I really don't think you did. I'm gonna get a text later. It's like, hey, could you take all that out about the?
I love Bill Burr. I don't want him to think I don't have nothing.
You didn't say anything about Bill Burr bad.
I think he got some things wrong.
Yeah, but everybody has.
Yeah, I know I haven't gotten a lot, but I have a pretty good batting order.
You want to do a couple of voicemails?
Yeah.
You've got mail.
We haven't taken any in a while, and sorry about that. We've been busy, but so our 850 friend here has called us about 1 million times since we last did voicemails. I'm just gonna play. He says this is the funniest joke ever. I can't understand a word of it.
It's not. Diane, Sam.
You call me Diane.
Johnny. This might be funniest joke ever, but I didn't make it up. It's embellished on it a little bit. It goes like this. These carrots are good. Hey, little one. Let me ask you a question. I like this rutabaga.
What do you think he's doing right there?
Eating, I think. Fake eating.
Who cut the grass?
Who cut the grass?
This pasta's good. Good sauce. Hey, still haven't answered me, little one.
You still haven't answered me, little
Who
one.
cut the grass?
Who cut the grass?
Yeah, I'm getting a little tired of being a vegetarian. Chomp.
That's it. I'm getting a little tired of being a vegetarian. Do you get that joke?
No.
I don't either.
It was not good. It was a very bad joke. It was a very bad joke.
Oh dear. Oh dear. All right. Here's one about
So-
an alternative for you doing your petty manicure situation here.
The other week, Sam was saying that he's like, "Oh, I love pedicures and manicures because I can set my brain off, and I can't look." He's like, "I can't look at my phone," and I understand that. That makes sense. But that's so LA. And Johnny, you know where that real moment is. It's when you're hunting. Yeah, because you can't look at your phone and you can't have any headphones in or anything. If you're hunting, you got to turn your mind off. So, Sammy.
He wants you to go hunting. Is what it is.
I'm not against hunting. Okay. I'm not necessarily for hunting either.
You would still be on your phone, though. I mean, if any time would be a time not to use your phone, it would be while we're
Johnny,
recording
I've been
this
putting
podcast.
down my phone more than ever.
Really?
Yeah. I'm getting slowly off social media. Now, I've decided because Instagram is shadow banning me on my drive-bys, I'm just going to do them on Twitter now.
They doing better there?
No, they're not doing good anywhere because I my reach on Twitter's now been limited because I said tranny one time, and they're like,
You're never
because-
going to be able to play by their rules.
Yeah,
You can't do that. You're going to have
because
to do
the
it somewhere
rules
else.
are bullshit.
Right, I know, but if they have their rules, and if you want to be on those platforms, you're going to have to do that.
Why is tranny bad?
Because they've decided that.
So they just decided.
Trans people have decided they don't want to be called that. That's why it's bad.
Okay.
I mean, to say it simply. All right, that's a good suggestion, though. He is right about hunting. It does require your full attention for the most part. It can be incredibly boring, though, like fishing the same way.
Yeah.
You know, you got to enjoy
Yeah.
being out in nature, in a tree stand or whatever.
Okay.
This is just stupid.
Damn, Johnny.
He's back.
Oh, he's
trying to
back.
find a lady. And I'm just wondering, do you know any Amish chicks?
I don't. Have you ever known an Amish?
I have met Amish.
You don't know any personally, though.
No, I mean I would love to meet when they're on their like week of like debauchery,
Rumspringa or whatever,
where they just go out there and get like miles of dick.
That would be a great guest for this podcast, wouldn't it?
Like just 1 week of them just doing every drug.
Do you
they
know
can.
any Amish that are going to be on their, Rumspringa or whatever it's called? Please put them in touch with us. Message
How about
me on
that
Twitter.
show where they were like, I
remember that.
Amish Mafia or some
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that, and then they were shooting stuff and like, how does that work?
I have no idea. But
And why would you be on a television show if you don't watch TV?
Yeah, you never get to see it. So.
Yeah, they're
You
like,
can do whatever you want.
I hear it's doing well. Who told you? A bird flew by, shit in my eye.
Let's see. Got a couple more here. The guy who was trying to do the thing about the word, you got to call back and leave that again because you messed up there.
I know this is more of a tinfoil message, but this is broken simulation, and that's where this all ends, so bear with me. I'm going to talk fast to try to jam it in.
You're going to talk
Sam, I've
what?
been following you for a few years. Definitely took the same path you've taken as far as conspiracies to spirituality.
Oh.
I
thought you
haven't
were gonna
committed
talk
to
about
Jesus
hardcore
yet, but I have
drugs.
found the Creator. I do believe something bigger than just monkeys on a rock flying through space, but I don't know what it is. I like your concept of dimensions or realms. Makes sense. But what about this? We learned about simulation theory, and we know there's three possibilities: that it'll never be achieved, that one day human beings will achieve a simulation so real you can't tell the difference and from reality. And the third is that we're already in that simulation. So, you know, on your podcast, you have all these people talk about numerology and angels and demons. What if, just like ChatGPT, when Johnny says, hey, go make up this story, ChatGPT doesn't have an imagination. It goes and reads all these databases and books and websites, and it looks at it and it eats it and digests it and spits out a story. What if the simulation already exists and the Bible is the only database? That would explain all the numerology and all the other connections that people
have said
talk about.
that.
Is it the truth?
AI.
I don't know. Took some bong hits, thought about it.
People have said that. People have said that.
I've said what? The Bible is AI?
Yeah.
No, that's not what he's saying. He's saying that the world is a simulation and it's drawing on the Bible. And that's why everything seems to make sense in the context of the Bible.
Oh, that's even deeper.
Yeah.
That the simulation is using the Bible for stories.
Its basis is the Bible.
Wow.
That's the source code kind of for the simulation is the Bible.
Do you know what's interesting, Johnny? And I know, again, we've said Q is a psyop. But man, did he get a lot of things right. Now, I know a lot of that information, but I really do believe that it was an AI program that drew from everything, even stuff that maybe not everybody wanted out.
Possible, yeah, certainly. I just think it did more harm than good potentially. So the interesting thing about that is you mentioned that it was kind of a tinfoil message. We're gonna do a soft announcement here that we're gonna be doing. This is the thing that Mark almost spoiled a couple weeks ago on tinfoil. A live tinfoil hat. We're gonna officially announce it on tinfoil the next time we do one. It'll be starting maybe late October, more than a week from now, where we take voicemails just like this and with the tinfoil conspiracy theme. And we'll be doing a live show on YouTube. So
I love it.
Big news there.
I love it.
We're going to try it out.
I love
Give it a chance. See what it's
I
like.
love it. It was great.
All right. I think this is our last call.
Yeah, so it should be fun.
Yeah,
you
I'm
guys
looking
want a
forward to it.
live show? We're going to give you a live show.
We'll have a new number. We'll have a Hotmail, a hotline number for you to call. And you can, if you want to watch it live, it will go out in the feeds. But if you want to watch it live, we'll be on YouTube, on Sam Tripoli's YouTube.
I love it.
What's up, Sam? What's up, Juicy Johnny?
Hey.
Juicy
This is
Johnny.
Jeremy from Simi Valley.
Simi
I
Valley,
haven't
nice
heard
area.
any atrocity phone calls in a while, so I figured I'd give you my atrocity.
We love that.
So my wife
Atrocity.
used to let me put it in her butt all the time. Then one day she decided, I get no more butt. No more butt. I mean, I can't fathom. What am I going to do with myself? Anyway, that's my atrocity.
That's your atrocity.
That's it, dude. His wife
And
doesn't
you
give
know
the answer.
what? That is an atrocity. That fits under the definition of
does.
atrocity. Something that no one else would be like, oh, that's really bad. But to you, it's your not personal 9/11. And why do you think she stopped giving up the butt? Do you think she didn't like the butt, actually, but she wanted to make him feel good?
100%.
And now she's like, oh, we have kids. We're locked in here.
Yep.
So I have to give you the butt.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was like something that she
don't
dangled.
understand liking it in the butt. I just don't get it. There's nothing. It just seems like such an exit. And to be letting stuff enter, it just seems painful.
And you find guys and women that swear by it. They love it, but
there are
don't
chicks
get it.
that love that shit.
There
There
are
are guys that love that too. I just don't get it, man.
we had a girl, we called her the butt pirate in high was
She already was known as the butt pirate in high school. Well, you know, it's like the old governor. It's like the governor of Michigan. She was known for taking it in the ass in
Really?
high school. Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah. Like people are like, oh, I'm dating her. She loves it in the ass.
It's kind of cool. I mean, if you heard that about a girl, you wouldn't be like, oh, I don't
Oh,
want to meet
that's
her.
definitely a plus, but I don't care to hit it.
Yeah, well, it's not because you want to do that. It's because you know if she's up for that.
Butt
she's
is
afraid.
just a power play. That's all it is.
Wait,
Whether
who's got the power there?
The guy.
The guy.
The guy is just like, I'm sticking it here.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to eat your butt. And that's just a power play.
The thing
to let
that-
you know who's boss.
If we really want to get into this, the thing though that concerns me is that like the gays, when they do that, they have like a lot of preparation. You know what I mean? Preparation H, you might even say. They clean things out down there.
I think women do that too. You just don't know it.
Oh, really? Okay.
When they know they're going to give up the butt, they do the whole stuff.
Oh, really?
They prepare.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Are you a lady? Please call us and let us know. Do
you prepare your butt?
The hotline number is 657-339-1338.
Even though I don't want to know about,
I do.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Do you take care of the old bee hole, the back entry?
Yeah.
We by the way, we got a Tesla, dude. Me and the girl.
Oh, that's so crazy because I almost hit this black Tesla down there.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's my girl's and mine. Yeah,
whose is it more?
We both had. I moved here, drove my car out, then got rid of my car. I was walking everywhere. And then when I moved to the west side, I was like, well, I come to work like a couple days a week, so I do need a car again. I got a car. And then both of our leases came up at the same time, and we were like, shit, we could be saving a lot of money if we both just had one car.
Oh, is that what? Oh, yeah, okay.
And so we got a Tesla, so we don't have to pay for gas because gas is so expensive out here.
It's so ridiculous.
And they're cheaper than they've ever been. They're so cheap right now.
Dude,
like, compared to
I'm
what
in
they
a
used to.
text thread with people where we share where we find cheap gas.
That's what it's like. I mean, is that bad?
Somebody texted me the other day. I saw $4.99. We're all like, where?
That's great. Think about if you're telling that to people in the rest of the country, they're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Let's see what the average gas price LA is right now. The average gas price in LA is $5.40, or that's California. $5.40. It's $5.87 right now in LA. It's the average gas price.
Yeah.
Insanity.
It is like,
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Dude, Gavin Newsom's flying to Israel. I'm like, hasn't Israel been through enough? Do they really need you, Gavin Newsom?
That's so funny. All right. We have a little fun with stupid if you want it. Got a little of that. You want a little fun with stupid?
Yeah, let's do fun with stupid.
All right. Coming at you fun with stupid. We got Adolf Hitler. We got Sam Tripoli. Here he is right now.
Hey, what? We got Adolf Hitler and Sam Tripoli?
Yeah.
Well, how did those come together?
I'm about to tell you.
By the way, I told you I was at Buca.
That was the
you want
shortest
fun
one.
with stupid?
Buca di Beppo.
Okay. On the wall, they got a picture of every Italian. This poor lady one day just went out with a mustache, and now she's permanently on this wall smiling in the mustache. Can I send you this picture?
Are you sure she's not famous? Like, it's not like Liza Minnelli or something, and you're just not realizing it?
No, it's not Liza Minnelli. I'm sending you this picture. It was on the wall, and it was so funny, okay? And I was like, oh, this poor lady's got a mustache
You
permanently.
sure it's not like a Dirty Sanchez or something?
Like somebody just gave it to her, then told her to take a picture. Like she didn't prepare. You know?
That's a guy.
No, that's a woman.
You sure?
That's a 100% woman.
So here's this woman. Like, what did she do? Are you sure that's a woman?
100%, Johnny.
Yeah, turtleneck. That might be a woman. You're right. What did they do? What is this? This is just a random woman that's in there. She probably used to work there or something. Look at that huge mole on her face.
Yeah, and look at the mustache. This poor woman has a mustache
Immortalized.
for the
on the
rest of
wall.
her life. That's somebody's grandma. I'm like, could you please take
That's
out
what
the-
that girl like that I told you about who my friend got to before she got it lasered, and then she got it lasered, and then she was smoking hot, and he was already dating her. Really smart by him. Shout out, Scott.
Shout out,
Good
Scott.
job. All right, so here's the Hitler connection. Did you see this at Michigan State? They had to apologize.
Oh, my. What is that about?
Michigan State, this is from CNN. Michigan State apologizes for displaying picture of Adolf Hitler on the video board before a football game. Michigan State University has suspended an employee and apologized for displaying a picture of Adolf Hitler on the video board during a trivia quiz before the school's football game against in-state rivals, the University of Michigan, on Saturday. Photos began circulating on social media before kickoff of Hitler on the video board at Spartan Stadium. The trivia question was asking where he was born. That was the trivia question. Here's their statement. MSU is aware that inappropriate content by a third-party source was displayed on the video board prior to the start of tonight's football game. We are deeply sorry for the content, as this is not representative of our institutional values. Anyway, I'll show you the picture really quick.
Well,
So funny. What do you think about that?
there's been some pro-Palestinian protests in Michigan.
It is curious, isn't it? The timing.
And the college kids seem to be pro-Palestinian. That might be Michigan State's
the timing
point
is
of view.
a little curious. Here it is. Here's the picture. I mean, it's just flat out Hitler. Hold on. I didn't want to give this guy the credit, but there's the
But
picture.
where's the question? Austria. That is so hilarious, bro.
I mean, he's on the whole. It's just.
And there's nobody at the game, by the way. Who are you offending?
Well, it was in the pregame.
Yeah, look at it. There's nobody there at the pregame.
But it was 81 minutes before the game starts.
Yeah.
You know, that's a while. Did you see this at the Astros game the other night? So this woman just has no idea that how close she comes to losing her face.
From wearing a Burger King hat.
Yeah, just look, dude. Look at that, bro. Like, so she's just not watching the game at all.
And she's just like, ah! But by the way, watch her face transform from somewhat hot to chunky very quickly.
Who wears a Burger King hat to a damn baseball game?
And how about James from Punch Drunk totally missing that fucking...
Yeah, he didn't try too hard, did he? Damn, she almost ate that one, dude. She almost wore it. Look at how close that comes to hitting her face. So funny. If that had been a soccer ball, it would have smushed her right in the nose. Anyway, that was funny. Got to pay attention if you're going to... Here's another fun with stupid that Doug Gottlieb tweeted yesterday. Did you see this one?
No.
Look at this woman, bro. This woman, watch her right here. This woman.
Yeah. Finger... Why Doug Gottlieb?
She's got her full hand up this guy's ass, finger blasting him in the hot summer air. And then, she takes her hand. Look, she takes her hand up to her nose, dude. Look at the guy. He doesn't even stop looking at his phone.
No,
he's still looking at his phone.
He's feeling great. And then I mean, dude, she likes that butt, bro. She likes
Does she
that
have a
butt.
Giants shirt on? Look at this. Does she have a New York Giants shirt on? Because it looks like this is like Peru or
that
something.
That would be the best.
Doesn't it like an old Giant shirt?
Yeah, that is a Giant shirt. Oh, it's so hilarious.
Oh, dude, it's so gross. Look at her. And then she realizes she's busted.
I love it. I think it's great, dude. Some people just like butt.
Yeah, but you think about it. How did they find each other? He's the guy who likes a hand up his fully up his asshole. And then she's the woman who likes putting hands up assholes and then smelling it.
Look at him. Look at him. He's like, oh.
Watch her wipe it on his shirt.
Oh, dude.
Watch the very end as she wipes it on his shirt. Watch this. Watch. Oh.
Yeah, but dude, I would never let a woman do that to me.
No.
Ever. I'm
of
like,
course
dude,
not.
there's too much shrubbery. And it's like my joke, dude. It's like peanut butter on a sweater back there. What are we doing, dude?
You got to be a special kind of pervert to want to do that to somebody, though, right?
I mean, is that funny, dude? Is that funny?
Funny? It's gross.
Like guys can be gross, and there's very little women can do sexually that guys aren't like, yeah, that's hot, right? Like,
that's one of them, though.
Yeah, that is one of them.
Did you see this? This is another thing Gottlieb tweeted. He's been on fire. So this rapper, Blueface, went to a Rams game. Did you see this? This is at a damn Rams game in one of the luxury boxes, dude. He's just got a bunch of chicks with almost no clothes on, with their asses hanging out, and he's just making it rain all over the box. Like, what is our world coming to?
And the cheerleaders are so pissed.
What is the world coming to?
Yeah, but there's just... I think I follow that girl on Instagram, by the way.
Who are these women?
They're just Instagram garbage.
They are garbage, though, these people.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing about women, though.
And if you saw them in the street, they would spit on you. They wouldn't even look at you.
Oh, no, Johnny, you're leading into our favorite story about hookers.
Wait, what are you
in LA.
talking about?
Hookers in L.A.?
Oh, yeah, I saw you.
Everyone's like, Holland's like, oh, my God, it's rampant. I'm like, you know what, dude? Like, maybe we need a
well-drilled militia of hookers.
Well, dude, you know that's how you stop shootings, right? Is by having like in-school hookers there to get these guys who can't get laid. So like,
okay,
right?
Yeah.
Some attention.
Yeah. I mean, if Dennis Hoff had been in charge of like making sure every kid got laid, then maybe we wouldn't have as many shootings. You're right about that. I watched Interstellar again. That's a damn good movie, Interstellar.
Yeah, it is.
That's a really fucking good movie, dude. Christopher Nolan's a genius. Guys, he's a great filmmaker. I saw Killers of Flower Moon.
Now I want to see that so bad.
It is bizarre, and it's good, but it is bizarre because the main people in the movie are just horrible people.
I love that, like, that basically now acting is good-looking people looking ugly. That is acting now. It's like, look how brave I am. I'm normally an 8 or 9. Now I'm a 4. Give me an award.
It's also 3.5 hours long. It is too long. It is too long. I mean, that's what happens when you have a director now, you know, in this auteur kind of driven environment. You know, when you're the name over the titles, you can kind of do whatever you want. So there's no studio, the boss, Scorsese, and to say, and like, hey man, cut 30 minutes at least. You know, get it under 3 hours. All right, that's it. We'll do the news now. And you said you had something you wanted to say.
No, going on. Move on.
You changed your mind?
Yeah.
Wait, it sounded like that was going to be interesting.
I don't.
You know. What is it?
I don't. I don't have any.
You're lying.
I am. Okay. Go on.
King Charles has been urged to apply, quote, pressure to U.S. President Joe Biden to, quote, reveal the truth about UFOs. Nick Pope, a former employee of the UK's UFO desk. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Johnny, you know who Nick Pope is.
What? No, I don't.
Okay, you weren't even on the show yet. Nick Pope came on.
He was a former employee of the UK's UFO desk?
Yeah, he came on tinfoil hat and was. You remember when the guy who came on was like, "Oh, there's no proof of satanic cults," and I was like, "What?" You remember that guy?
I think that predates me. Yeah.
No, the satanic cult guy was in this room. You remember? He was like, I met with. There's no actual proof about satanic sex rituals. Do you remember that guy?
Oh, yeah. That wasn't that long ago. Yeah,
Right.
that was like last year, right? Yeah.
Well, this Nick Pope is like this guy. That guy with UFOs is like, there's no actual proof
you
of UFOs.
told me about this guy, yeah.
And I go, hold on, you're a UFO expert, and you go around saying there's no. So I just abandoned the interview and just started asking him about is the queen a lizard person or not? Because it was this guy's. I don't trust Nick Pope.
Oh, that'll shed some light on the story. Then are you sure that's the same guy there? Right?
I'm not. Look up Nick Pope tinfoil hat.
That's what I'm doing right now. The Curious Case of Nick Pope. Is that it? Okay.
That's it.
All right. Yeah, UFO quote expert Nick Pope is what you say. Nick Pope is a former employee of the UK's UFO desk, and he has revealed the many ways in which the British monarch can help the UK disclosure process commence as it did across the pond 3 months ago. In UFO expert Christopher Lee's new film, The King of UFOs, Pope says, here is somebody who could pick up the phone and say, look, here's what's going. What? Do you really think he thinks that King Charles could just call the US and be like, disclose what's going on?
I think.
Do you think King Charles has that kind of power over our government? You do.
I do.
Really?
I do think he has more power than they make it seem like he's just a
figurehead. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're way more powerful than people think. But Nick Pope, I just don't trust him.
That makes me doubt the story. I mean, I thought the story was silly to begin with. That's why I kind of said it could have been fun and stupid. Lee, the guy who made this documentary, is part of the UK government. Believes part of the UK government's fear against investigating the phenomena is the demonic element of UFO sightings.
Well, that sometimes they tell you. I think
we talked about that a couple weeks ago.
Is it possible UFOs are demons? 100%.
Yeah, that's what my pastor used to think. Like when he used to think, he would tell me in hushed voices, as a kid when I would ask about UFOs. But also, we had that story a couple weeks ago about people in the Pentagon who didn't want to investigate UFOs because they thought it had a link to the demonic, which is, by the way,
but they could be angels too.
So, have you seen? Apple TV has a documentary dramatization type thing coming about the Enfield haunting, the Enfield poltergeist. Remember, we've had some people come on and talk about this, and it's damned interesting. But it scares me because of what the person told us who came on and said that listening to these things can be dangerous. So I'm going to play this to a point, and then I'm going to stop it because I don't want it.
The hand of nightfall that opens the door to our deepest fears. For most, it is only a creeping dread scratching at the corner of our mind. But for one family in 1977's London, dread was just the beginning.
I'm starting the Enfield poltergeist case.
What you're seeing is a reimagining of those events. But what you're about to hear is real.
What you want? Tell us what you want.
I can't comment you.
No, I don't want to play any more of that because of what he says. I came to torment you.
Yeah, I don't want anything to do with that, Johnny. Why would you bring that into my world?
It played. The Apple TV's been promoting the shit out of it. Is why, and it scared the dick off of me the other night. I was like, nope, turn it off. My girlfriend was like,
so what they're saying is the story's a reenactment, but what they heard is real.
well, no. The audio are the tapes that they made when they went to investigate the poltergeist.
Stop it.
And they're just reenacting it, so they have a video element to go with the actual audio that was recorded.
I couldn't even.
No, I can't either. I'm
In the
afraid
name of Jesus, I rebuke you.
Yes.
In the name of Jesus, I rebuke you.
Which I always have, as a kid, believed that.
I love the Jesus.
Believed that, as a Christian, that was kind
Johnny,
of...
that was too much, bro. What are you
it's
trying
creepy,
to ruin
right?
our
Yeah,
lives?
it's creepy. No, I didn't
darkness.
That was the part I'd already heard, and I stopped it
Dana
right there.
has a person in her life that anytime that this woman calls, our life goes crazy, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
We all know people like that, I think.
Yeah.
Don't we?
Yeah.
Okay, so this could have been fun with Stupid also, but this was maybe the best thing I've ever heard. So did you hear the recording that got leaked from Congresswoman Sheila Jackson's office of her berating this guy who works on her staff?
No.
It's so funny. Listen, this is like some shit that Stern would have leaned into back when he used to be cool.
You took a piece of paper from that woman regarding something that was over at Duncan Tell. Where is it? What date was it?
Oh, from Jerome took it upstairs. I have to call him. He took it up when I switched out the picture. I'll call him as soon as he gets here.
I don't want you to do a goddamn thing. I want you to have a fucking brain. I want you to have read it. I want you to say, Congresswoman, it was such and such date. That's what I want. That's the kind of staff that I want to have. So some stupid other motherfucker did it, and I don't have the information. Nobody sent me the information. I need to ensure my schedule. And, if Boo-Boo did it, shit-ass did it, fuckface did it, and nobody knows a goddamn thing in my office. Okay? Nothing. I gave it to you. Your job was to get it on the calendar, imprint it in your brain, or send me the information back saying, Congresswoman, I made sure that the Ovi Duncan Tell event that you gave me for so-and-so date at 7 is on the fucking calendar. Not to, Jerome has it. Okay? So when I called Jerome, he gonna be sitting up there like a fat-ass, stupid idiot talking about what the fuck he doesn't know. Okay? Both of y'all are fuck-ups, a fucking F. It's the worst shit that I could have ever had put together. Two goddamn big-ass children. Fucking idiots. Serve no goddamn purpose. Ain't managing nobody. Nobody's respecting them. Nobody gives a shit about what you're doing. And you ain't doing shit.
And everybody's just listening.
I gave it to Jerome. This is not child work. Okay?
Just taking it.
That was so funny. My favorite.
Would you ever allow anybody to talk to you that way?
Hell no. Of course not.
I remember one time. Did I tell the story about the time I almost fought somebody at the Standard Hotel?
I don't think so.
I was working as a valet, and we got a call that they didn't have any security, so they made the valet do security. And we got a call that somebody was acting up, and they go, Sam, can you go talk to him? And we go up there, and it's the Jewish drug dealer guy from Blow. He was at Boston. He's Jewish. And
the actor?
Yeah. That kid. This guy right there.
Max Perlich?
Yeah, he played like a drug dealer on this thing. And I thought for a minute that was Joey Diaz. So this dude, every time he had problems with his wife, he would show up to the comedy store.
Rappaport.
Look how young he is there.
It's crazy.
He would show up at the Standard and terrorize the people who work there. So they called me one day, and they're like, hey, dude, the guy in blah, blah, blah is acting up. He's real odd. Some of the other people are complaining. And could you go ask him to be quiet?
He's in a room?
He's in a room. So I go upstairs. I knock on the door. The guy answers. I go, hey, excuse me, sir. We've had some complaints from other guests that you're being loud. Do you mind keeping it down? He starts, and he's all 5'5".
Yeah.
Starts teeing off on me. And I've had run-ins with him, like attitude from him. And like, I'm a stand-up comic at the world famous Comedy Store. I, at that time, was at my height of annihilating hecklers.
Yeah.
Just annihilating them. I mean, nasty, soul-snatching heckle kills, okay? He starts berating me. And I'm with my friend Joe, who I haven't seen since we quit. He's watching me. He is the head of the valets at this time, but he sends me to go.
But he was there with you too?
Yeah, he's down the hall.
I got you.
The guy is berating me about my wife is telling me I can't see my kids. You think I give a shit about what you're telling me? I'll fucking go nuts. I go, hey man. Hey, I go, just give me the word and I'll quit my $15 an hour job and I'll beat the fuck out of you right now. Just give me the word. Just tell me to quit. I'll quit this job right now. I get paid $15 an hour. You think I give a fuck about what's going on in your life? I'll beat the fuck out of you. Do you want me to do it? He goes, no, man, I'm sorry, man. I go, then you don't ever talk to anybody here like that again. Watch your fucking mouth and shut the fuck up.
That's great.
He checked out right there. So you know why I don't get fired? Because the night before, he's walking around the lobby with a knife.
Oh, wow.
And they didn't kick him out.
They should have. That's
you
crazy.
100%. And then they sent me go to talk to this guy.
That's crazy. If you've been hurt or something,
100%.
you could have sued the shit out
I
of
would
them.
have sued the fuck out of them.
Own that place, bro.
Yeah, I would have been like Sam Standard.
Hey, did you make good money from tips at that job or no?
Yeah, I mean, I did decent, dude. I was basically working, Johnny, 7 days a week back when I first moved to LA.
At that gig or like other that
I
and
did
other
that
stuff?
gig, and I did Crunch.
The gym?
So I worked
Wait, you were the cleaning. You cleaned up in Crunch, right?
No. I was like the door
jerk
guy.
off patrol or whatever.
Yeah, I would stop people from jerking off.
Right.
No women were ever finger blasting themselves. It was always just dudes. So what's trying to work it? And I'm like, hey, bro, we get it. You want to get clean in the crevices, but you'll lose if you ever do that again. You'll lose your membership. So then I went back there. They got rid of those windows because apparently nobody wants to watch dudes blow each other.
Wait, so now they can do it in private, is what you're saying?
Well, one time I walked into the sauna and two dudes were blowing each other. I'm like, all right, wrap it up. Wrap it up.
She goes, I don't want you to do a goddamn thing. I want you to have a fucking brain. I want you to have Reddit. I want you to say Congresswoman with such and such date. That's what I want. That's the kind of staff I want to have. So some stupid other motherfucker did it, and I don't have the information. Nobody sent me the information. I need to ensure my schedule, and if Boo Boo did it, if Shit Ass did it, if Fuckface did it, and nobody knows a goddamn thing in my office. Okay, nothing.
Johnny,
that was my favorite part.
Yeah, I mean, like, dude. But
Boo
it's also who's recording this as well.
It's
like,
the guy that she's yelling at. It's recording it. Sure.
And I'm with you, dude. I would quit my job and just do exactly what he did. Put this out to everybody. You dumb bitch.
So funny, dude. You can't talk to people that work for you like that.
You can't talk to people like that.
It's shitty. It's just shitty. It's not the right thing to do.
Live pictures now of where the
Did you hear
chaos is unfolding on Capitol Hill, at least in the room where it happened.
I thought this was
Republican
funny, too.
Congressman Jim Jordan, aspiring speaker Jim Jordan, meeting there behind closed doors, right there.
This will annoy
trying to win
you,
over
but
some
then it'll be
Republican
funny.
holdouts. They oppose his bid to be speaker. His party infighting has taken a dramatic and ugly turn. Several of those lawmakers who opposed Jim Jordan's bid for speaker are now receiving.
Listen to how on a moral high horse he is when he talks. He's so annoying.
Incredible and
How did he
terrifying
survive, by
death
the way?
threats.
Who knows?
Over the weekend, it was made clear that supporters of Jordan's were going to launch a pressure campaign that apparently had Jordan's blessing until last night. And in the intervening time, well, it got pretty ugly. And we have some exclusive audio right now of a threatening message that was left as a voicemail for the wife of one of the Republican lawmakers who opposes Jordan. This has only been edited to take out identifying information of the wife and the lawmaker. We bleeped out some of the language, but not all of it. And I want to warn you, this is pretty ugly stuff. Take a listen.
Why is your husband such a pig? Why would he get on TV and make an asshole of himself? Because he's a deep state prick? Because he doesn't represent the people? So what we're going to do is we're going to come follow you all over the place. we're going to be up your ass nonstop. We are now Antifa. We're going to do what the left does because your of a husband gets on TV. Oh, the bad guys, they did so. I'm going to vote for Kevin McCarthy, a piece of shit who everybody knows. And for his piece of shit ass to talk about Americans who are actually fighting for Americans as the bad people, says everything about him. So you, your husband, and we're not like the left. We aren't violent, but we're going to follow your ass every appointment you have, everything you fucking do.
Okay. First of all, do they know who said this?
This is an asshole.
We'll talk about that, right? It's not quite over.
Stupid ass. We're at war. Israelis being killed, and your dumb husband is acting like a 2-year-old. No wonder. He's a warmongering piece of shit. So listen, you're going to keep getting calls and emails. I'm putting all your information over the internet now. Everybody else is, and you will not be left alone because your husband, Jim Jordan, or more conservative, or you're going to be molested like you can't ever imagine. And again, non-violently, you won't go to the beauty parlor. And you must be a bitch to marry an ugly motherfucker like that.
With me now to discuss Republican Congressman Mike McCall from Texas. He's the chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. Mr. Chairman, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
That is disgusting. The pressure campaign for Jordan was announced over the weekend. Calls like that started happening immediately. Jordan didn't denounce it until last night. What is going on in your party?
I love, first of all, how outraged he is. Do you think that call's real?
I don't think it's real.
I don't think so either.
Johnny, I think everything on the internet is full of shit. I don't trust any of it.
Especially on CNN.
Yeah. I mean, and they just can't help themselves. And it's so funny because, we're showing this and what they're doing, but
it was funny though.
It is funny. I mean, I love the lisp every once in a while. We're not going to go there, but we would. You got to be a real pig.
That's how you know it's fake, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it's
clearly an Antifa guy. We're Antifa now.
Yeah. Who says that? Who says that?
Nobody.
We're Antifa now. It's just so dumb. And they think we're idiots. And CNN, nobody's watching CNN. Nobody
who has a
except
choice
for Dana.
is watching
That's
CNN.
That's it.
Nobody who isn't strapped to a chair in an airplane or something, and it's like their neighbor has got it on, is watching. I mean, really, if you have any choice, you're not watching CNN.
Nobody. Why would you? The
only reason you watch CNN is if you lost the remote control and for some reason you can't reach the power plug to your TV, like if you're like a vegetable or something.
They're just idiots.
In a hospital.
Yeah. They're just all idiots, dude.
Anyway, I thought that was pretty fun. That was kind of that call me. You should hear the rest of this. This just the two. I'm not going to play it because it's kind of long, but the two of them going back and forth on trying to see who can be the most outraged. Like he kind of is berating this guy for not being outraged enough.
By the way, this guy is a Republican who looks like he hates gays, except for the weekends when he sucks off gays. Doesn't he look like that?
Yeah, he does.
It's like, the gays are wrong. Oh, God, what's wrong is I can't fit all of them in my mouth.
The gays are wrong. What did you say, big guy?
Yeah,
just get back down there, Timmy.
You're a real pig. First of all, what Republicans we're gonna follow you to your hairstylist? Who says that? What guy would say that in the Republican Party?
That would be the first thing you come up with, the hairstylist.
I'm gonna follow you to your hairstylist.
Any guy would be like, "We're gonna follow you to McDonald's."
Oh yeah, when you get your beehole bleached, we're gonna be there.
That's so funny. Yeah, he just keeps bringing up gayer and gayer things like activities.
When you're getting a butt plug put in while you're watching RuPaul's Drag Race.
When you're getting fitted for your leather outfit, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna follow you there. You think you're gonna be able to wear spandex again without us watching you?
When you're tucking in your dick so you could do your stroll at the fucking drag shows.
When you're buying your latex puppy mask, we're gonna be right there, buddy. We're gonna be watching you from across the street.
Yeah, we're gonna be the one pulling out your butt plugs.
Good luck putting a gerbil up your ass in peace for the rest of your life.
Enjoy that. Hot nipples? Nipple ring lady?
You're never going to be able to clamp your nipples again without one of us looking around the corner at you.
Yeah, we're going to be right there when you sing Barbra Streisand songs at karaoke bars.
Non-violently, of course.
Yeah, huh? We're going to follow you to Lady Gaga concerts and fucking berate you so you can't hear all of her songs about fucking party animals. Huh? We're gonna knock the popper bottles out of your hand when you try to sniff it when you're taking anal at some truck stop.
You're never gonna be able to go to Met Gala again without us watching you the whole time. Of course, non-violently.
Non-violently, of course.
All right. Winding down here.
All right.
What
guys.
I wanted to
All right, guys. Daddy's done. Stick a fork in him, man.
we got like 14 minutes left. I want to talk to you about RFK going independent. We kind of missed the chance to talk about it.
You know what's so funny, dude, is like I for the first time in my life, I have friends who are personal relationships with a presidential candidate that is well known. And
what does that mean to you?
That's it's just crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. I have some real problems with RFK Jr. Like when he started out, I was like, okay, I gotcha. And now he is 100% saying things I am vehemently. Is that even a word?
Close. Vehemently, yeah.
Vehemently
or vehemently? Yeah,
vehemently. Not Vietnamese. Vehemently. Opposed to. Okay.
Vehemently.
So pronounce it. Vehemently.
Vehemently. I think that's how
against. I think that what happened to his family is probably one of the most pro-gun arguments you'll ever see.
Yeah.
Okay. He is way too Israeli fanatical.
Dude, that tweet, man, was just like I remember waking up and that was the first thing in my feed, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, you just lost all the independents. I mean, it's just way too pro one side with World War III in the balance.
Boy, people just don't have you can tell the people that have been bought on that issue or whatever you want to say, like they don't hide their true colors when it's time. Like those people, they toe the line when it's time on the Israeli
Well, I mean, like that because everybody wants you to go. That is the real core of power, which to me isn't necessary. And this is where I lose everybody. I think the real power is the Bank of England, and they want to control those trade routes. That's my humble opinion.
What do you think about his decision to go as an independent, though? Do you think?
I mean, he had to. They're never going to let anybody except for the chosen who are going to toe the extremist line. And I still think somebody's going to slip in. I mean, Joe Biden is basically floating down the river.
He's falling apart.
I mean, he's got nothing.
Here's the latest poll. This is from this is a Fox News story, but it's not a Fox. It's a Suffolk University USA Today poll. According to the latest poll released Monday, 37% of registered voters say they would support Biden. 36% say they would support Trump. And then you have RFK Jr. and Cornel West at 13 and 4%, respectively. So it's
I'm going to be honest with you.
Biden 37, Trump 36.
I don't know anybody who's pro Biden. I just I question any of that, dude.
I know, but how many of those people are out there talking about it? You know what I mean? It's just something you kind of just.
I just don't buy that at all.
I know plenty of people. Like I know most of the people I know back home are going to be voting for Biden.
I just like
my friends from high school that aren't that political and aren't informed. They're all just like, oh, I'm not voting for Trump. Obviously.
And then I go, maybe we deserve World War III. Maybe we deserve our empire to crumble because we are such an not that Trump is the answer, but it's not Biden. Nothing good has happened. And if you just, and it's like my problem when the Republicans voted Bush after he lied us into Iraq.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like you get what you deserve. And I 100% believe that, what we've done to the Middle East is maybe why all this chaos is going on in this country. It is a spiritual blowback for a genocide of an area.
Spiritual blowback. That's funny. That's a good way to put that. That's 100% right.
That's my opinion.
I wanted to. Piers Morgan had this guy on the other day called Bassem Youssef, and this guy Bassem Youssef just kind of destroyed Piers Morgan.
Oh, Johnny, it was the best thing. It is what comedy is meant to be.
Yeah, it was some of the best comedy in the form of satire that I've seen in a long time. It's what the Daily Show used to do before it completely sold its soul. And
did you see Jon Stewart lost his show?
Did he? Oh,
Well,
no.
they say he quit, but the writing was on the wall.
Interesting. There was hardly any good writing on that show, as I recall.
But to be serious, Bassam, about this, tonight there
Okay,
is...
I will be serious. Now, I will be serious. I was watching your interview with Ben Shapiro, and I will tell you one thing.
Yeah.
I think that Ben Shapiro is one of the smartest people who ever walked this earth. He's very, very smart. I follow him, and I believe everything he said. And when he came on your show, his solution was, and I quote, his solution was that the solution for this is for Israel to annex Gaza and to kill as many son of bitches as possible to make sure that this will never happen again. And anyone who called for a ceasefire will be a terrorist sympathizer. So God forbid, I don't want to be labeled as a terrorist sympathizer. So I agree with Ben Shapiro. I think we should kill as many son of bitches as possible.
Well, let me...
So
okay,
far,
but Bassam, let me...
so far, 3,500 people were killed, including 5,000 son of bitches in the bombing of the Baptist hospital as we speak right now. 1/3 of those 3,500 were children. So my question to Ben Shapiro is, how many more son of bitches do we need to kill so Ben Shapiro is happy?
Okay,
because it changes
Bassam,
from
let
1
me
year.
just stop you
It
there to
changes
say-
from one.
let me just-
I'm sorry that. Listen. I'm really at a disadvantage here. I'm looking at a camera. I don't see you. I can hear you on my
And the
ears.
reason I'm
So
interrupting
please
is
give
I
me
think
a
it
little
might
bit
be...
of a space.
I think you're conflating different interviews with Ben Shapiro. He didn't use the phrase "sons of bitches" with me. Let me play to you what he actually said on my show.
He did. Go back to your interview.
No, he didn't. That was another interview. But let me play what he said to me here.
Well, frankly, I don't believe in proportionate response to terrorism. I believe that the way that you stop terrorism.
Real quick.
I don't believe in a
Have you
proportional
noticed
response.
that Ben Shapiro has disappeared in the like he's not popping off right now because he has done more damage than good, and they've told him shut the fuck up.
You think so?
Oh, dude, he was making dumb comment, posting dumb shit
was
after
everywhere.
and now you don't see him. His own people are like, bro, you are going way too hard, and like. This guy is the epitome of internet trolls. Little, tiny, weak bitches, okay, who act tough and won't fight the fight that he's begging for right now.
Yeah. I mean, you say that, but calling him a troll is really misrepresents what he is, kind of, because I mean, this is a thought leader. I mean, there are a lot of people who line up behind this guy.
No,
I mean, he's a real...
dude, he is a puppet. He's a controlled opposition guy.
It is amazing though how many people like support, and kind of toe the line with him. This kind of line up behind him, brother.
With wildly disproportionate response. That doesn't mean in terms of targeting civilians. It means in terms of killing as many terrorists as humanly possible and allowing them to dictate the terms of engagement by hiding behind civilians in areas that they are supposedly responsible for, means that the only option for Israel is to surrender to Hamas's hatred of its own citizens, its willingness to use its own children as human shields.
It's so funny because history will look so nasty on Ben Shapiro's talking right now because what he's talking about, the narrative is already dying on that. It's already dying. Now, not everyone's going to buy into it because you have these insane human beings who like are so like this is Ben Shapiro's mask off moment. And maybe he's always been this guy, but all the credit he earned, okay, for being anti-woke has all just evaporated. It's gone. Even Matt Walsh is asking questions, and he's like, as Christian as you get, and he's like, how come nobody's trying to pump the brakes on World War III? And how come nobody's talking about any? I mean, Matt Walsh is, and we've discussed our opinions on Matt Walsh. We don't always agree with him. And Candace Parker, same thing.
Candace Owens.
Candace Owens, is way. I mean, like I mean,
I'd love to know what Candace Parker.
I don't necessarily agree with her on everything, but man, when I agree with her on most of it, and she's really articulate.
She's batting like 70% for me.
No, she's batting 80 for me. She got two things wrong for me, but that's fine. And like, I don't agree with anybody.
I don't like her approach sometimes. She's a little.
No, I didn't like how she handled the Crowder situation.
That was wrong.
And that, like, getting impersonal, like talk about his divorce. I feel like you don't need to do that because nobody's perfect. And I disagree with her on making of a murderer, but that's fine. I mean, those aren't really the worst things ever. But even she's like, whoa. Everybody's anti-Semitic now for not wanting World War III. She's 100% saying that. And I totally agree with her. And I think he's just losing it. And he lost all credibility. And he's such a tiny man. He's a tiny man. He sounds like he has the balls of a teenager, like that haven't even dropped.
What do you mean?
He's talked smack, and he's still not in Israel fighting yet. When Ben Shapiro and his entire family, including his children, and I don't like bringing children, but he wants you to see. Here's the problem, John.
I can do more here. That's what he thinks.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to say. But that doesn't mean anything to me because you need to show us how much you're willing to die.
I can do more here as the head of Israeli propaganda.
100%. Yeah. And I hate bringing people's kids in, and I don't want anything bad to happen to anybody's kids. But if you're willing to send everybody's children to die for this cause, your family first. That's my opinion. Your family first. Then
country work.
So that's my opinion.
I just want to get
Saul could ever do that.
Now that is substantively different to what you said he said, right? He's talking there specifically about Hamas terrorists.
I agree with him. The thing is, the question is, what is a proportionate response? Because it has been different from one tier to another. So if you look to this graph, for example, this is the death of Israeli and Palestinians, and it's changing from 1 year to year. It's like fluctuating like crypto. So my question is today, what is the going rate today for human lives? I mean, 2014 was a great year for Ben Shapiro. 88 Israelis were died, and there was 2,329 Palestinians killed on the other side. That is one Israeli for 27 Palestinians. That is a very good exchange rate. What I'm saying is, what is the exchange rate for today?
And I encourage you. This is on YouTube. It's Piers Morgan Uncensored, Israeli Hamas War, Piers Morgan versus Bassem Youssef. And it just goes on like this. You can tell Piers is kind of baffled by what's happening, and the guy just keeps, doing this satire thing, but at like the highest level. He's just quick. Check it out. You'll enjoy it if you like that kind of thing.
Will you look up Mark Lamont?
Mark Lamont.
Yeah, he dude.
Woo. Oh, Mark Lamont Hill?
Yeah, no, he used to be on CNN. He just did an interview, I think, on Al Jazeera, and he just
You're talking about Mark Lamont
Hill. He bodied
right?
this guy, yeah.
Who used to be on go on Bill Maher a lot.
CNN, yeah. He bodied this
guy.
dude. Yeah. I think he's on Al Jazeera now.
What's the video I'm looking for?
Keep going down. Right here.
This right here?
He bodies this guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he bodies this dude. I mean, he bodies
This is a guy, we should say, though, that is wrong about a lot of stupid like on CNN.
Yeah,
he's an idiot.
I mean, he does some woke Get to where he's actually talking.
The last thing we're going to do is show you.
Don't hurt.
This is the problem.
She's great. I like her, but watch this. Here we go. There we go.
Exponentially, and that crucial life-saving supplies, including fuel, food, and water, must be allowed into Gaza. So the UN is saying you must do this. You are saying you're not going to do this. How do you?
No, we're not saying that.
He's saying doing it immediately. What I'm saying is what you're doing.
No.
He's saying doing it immediately.
I got you. I'll tell you exactly what we're saying. I'm saying we will do everything for the Gazan people. Once and now, we demand immediate surrender, unconditional surrender of Hamas. If Hamas people come out with their hands up and clear their weapons, believe me, everything will be restored to Gaza. It is Hamas in Hamas hands.
Now I understand. Thank you for clarifying that, sir. I think we're actually on the same page here. You're saying that once Hamas leaves, you'll grant the Gazan people food, shelter, fuel, electricity, hospitals, schooling. And if they don't, and if Hamas doesn't leave, then they'll continue to starve and die in hospitals. You are defining for the international community right now collective punishment. You're saying until Hamas acts differently, the 2 million people in Gaza are going to be treated this way. And once Hamas acts differently, these 2 million people in Gaza will be treated better. That is exactly what collective punishment is. You're holding them accountable for the actions of others. That is the definition, the textbook definition of collective punishment, sir. Now you may accept that that's what you.
If you don't know, collective punishment is a war crime.
Yes.
Want to do, but this is absolutely a contravention of international law.
Well, I'll tell you exactly. No, if we pushed them to the wall, we're not pushing them to the wall. We want to open a humanitarian corridor so they can leave. But if Hamas,
so that who
if
can leave?
Hamas-
So that who can leave? Citizens? You're saying civilians can leave, but only through the Rafah border, correct?
At this point, yes.
So they can't
because
come.
where else?
Your country. They can come into Israel.
Gotcha.
I'm telling you one more thing I want to say.
I want you to address that point. Don't just smile, sir. Respectfully, you're saying you're making a corridor. They can go to Egypt. You're bombing them. You say you want to save them, but they can't come in.
First of all, I'm not smiling. I'm crying in my.
Yep.
Yeah, he got him. Yeah, he
got him.
You're right.
Bodied him. Dude.
And it's funny because for someone who claims to be an independent, commentator, it sounds suspiciously exactly like what Ben Shapiro is saying. The exact same thing about like if they just came out and gave up their guns.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like why Sarah Silverman got so much shit for her thing because it's not true. If they would just give up the hostages, this would all end. That's not true, and it's like a fantasy land of bullshit. That's it.
I mean, it's like saying if I mean, it's just it will never. That's something that can never happen anyway, and they know it can never happen.
They're full of shit, and it's just we all know that, and that's why the truth's coming out right now. So, Johnny, that was a good time. That's our show. Anything
Hold on, we
else?
have 2 more minutes. I got to finish the news. Oh yeah, this would have been a fun with stupid, possibly too. I couldn't decide. Polish police arrest man who pretended to be a mannequin before stealing jewelry. Look at this picture, dude. This is from CCTV. Look at this. Sam, check this out. This dude would pretend to be a mannequin in the fucking mall and then wait till the mall closed and then steal jewelry. Isn't that hilarious? He would just stand there like that, like he was frozen.
That's incredible.
What a good idea, right?
Yeah, except for he's outside.
A Polish man has been arrested after he pretended to be a mannequin in front of a store window before stealing from a shopping center after it closed. Police in Warsaw say a 22-year-old with a bag in his hand froze motionless, pretending to be a mannequin in front of a shop window. In this way, he wanted to avoid being exposed by the cameras. Police said the man went on to rob a jewelry stand once the shopping center had closed. Anyway, thought that was brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, like he's outside.
Yeah, but he would like roll under the thing. I think.
love how look at that. They blurred out his butt crack. Did you see that? Like what it split? Is his beehole out? They blurred his butt crack.
I have no idea. It's a real intense robbing he did here. All right, almost done. Here's another guy, just an idiot criminal or a genius criminal. You tell me. This is from Fox. Man arrested for. Now, we all know somebody who will never pick up the check. Do you know somebody like that? I'm always it's uncomfortable for me. I always try to pick up the check.
I always try to pick up the check to the point where I end up paying for everything.
I think we all know people who will fight for the check. I'm one of those people. But
Yeah,
we
me
also
too.
know people who will never pay any part of it and never offer. And those to me are wrong. Well, listen to what the links this guy went to never have to pick up a check. Man arrested for faking heart attack 20 times at restaurants to avoid paying bills, reports say. This is in Spain. A 50-year-old man from Lithuania, although this is in Spain, was arrested after allegedly faking heart attacks at several restaurants in order to avoid paying the bill, according to multiple local news reports. The man, who was identified only as Idas J, but has become locally known as the Gastrojeda, has tried the scam at least 20 times over the past year at different restaurants, according to the Spanish newspaper.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like that works maybe 3 times.
Most recently, the man ordered a seafood paella and 2 whiskeys at the El Buen Comer restaurant Taparia in late September. He had a bill of €34.85. I'm sorry, about $36.80 in USD. The newspaper reported the man attempted to leave without paying, but restaurant staff stopped him and noted how he still needed to pay the bill. According to EFE. Imagine that a dude you think was trying to have or you thought was having a heart attack, and you were like, "Oh, sir, you still owe the bill, though." Like, I mean, props to them for calling him on his bullshit. The staff wouldn't let him leave, even though he had apparently had a heart attack.
Guy who's dying.
Now, this is from Axios, which is increasingly one of the dumbest news outlets. Tell me, do you believe this? They're reporting this like this is news, but it's clearly fake. President Biden's campaign has surpassed former President Trump's in followers on Truth Social. Do you believe that for a hot second, that Biden's campaign has more followers than Trump on Truth Social? without bots.
No.
It's clearly they bought followers. There's no
Isn't that
way on Truth
crazy?
Social Biden has more followers. They went too far with this lie.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
fucked
it's
up.
just nuts. I mean, dude, it's like everything is coming out that the conspiracy theorists have talked about, but the election was what everybody thought. Gotcha. I mean, it's just all stupid.
That's so funny. That's such a good point, dude. That's such a good point. This is from Ars Technica. Stench leads officials to 189 rotting corpses at taxidermist funeral home. Authorities on Tuesday reported removing the improperly stored remains of at least 189 people from a southern Colorado funeral home where the owner said he practiced taxidermy. The home, the Return to Nature funeral home in Penrose, this is such a Colorado thing, in Penrose, Colorado, had claimed to conduct environmentally friendly green burials. It first came to the attention of local authorities after reports of a putrid smell pouring from the company's neglected building. So they weren't supposed to be doing these like environmentally friendly where they just kind of bury you and let the earth take you back, without a box probably. And instead they just had the bodies stacking up in this building and they were like practicing taxidermy on human remains.
Oh,
isn't that crazy?
Oh, so gross.
That's and then the last thing I wanted to leave you with was just this video. So there's this church, this Catholic church in France, that they're trying to do some construction on their property, and these environmental protesters won't let them do the construction. So they're like, these environmentalists were lining up outside this Catholic church, not letting them construct. And these nuns had finally just had enough of this shit.
Oh, nuns?
Yeah, so watch this nun tackle this motherfucker right here. Watch this. Yes, we'll go to Vegas. Leave us alone. Ads everywhere for Vegas.
All right.
Twitter's the worst. With
They
their
do that
videos.
all. Twitter's got problems, bro.
They got to get that figured out. Look at this nun, dude. She took his ass out, bro.
Why are they doing that?
They say that it's going to affect some kind of endangered animal or something, the construction, even though the government has said the construction is totally fine to go forward. There's no problem with it.
Of a Catholic church?
It's like an extension or something they're trying to build. But look at this nun just come out of nowhere and take this dude down, bro. Look, they're trying to break pipes. They stole pipes from the construction
By the
scene.
way, you get tackled by a nun, you're a pussy.
Look at his face, dude.
You're
Look
a
at his
pussy.
face,
He's like,
man.
oh my God, this is on video. I'm
Oh my
being lit up
God.
by a chick.
She just takes his ass out. Look. Sit down, bitch.
See, then he was going to yell at her, and then he
was.
realized it was a chick, and he's like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's female privilege right there.
Yeah.
That's it, buddy.
All right. Guys, go to samtripoli.com. Like I said, check out the Chaos Twins banner at samtripoli.com.
Whoa, wait.
Support.
That's already happened?
Yeah. So check that out, and we got it going. Just trust me on this. And then go to samtripoli.com. Check out my dates. I got dates, like I said earlier. Anything else, Johnny? Okay, goodbye.
What just happened? Are you going to do a word?
Oh, word.
I'm so confused.
Here's a
right
word. Pfizer, Fisher, Fosher, Fleischer.
It's got to be something somebody can spell on Twitter.
Okay. Pfizer, Bing, Bing, bad butthole.
Pfizer, Bing, Bing, bad butthole.
There you go. All right, enjoy. Take care.